It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The Brilliant Idiots Podcast.
Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schulz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots, and this week on the Brilliant Idiots podcast, we are sponsored by the good old folks at Squarespace. Squarespace makes it easier than ever to launch your passion project, whether you're showcasing your work or selling products of any kind. With beautiful templates and the ability to customize just about anything, you can easily make a beautiful website yourself. And if you do get stuck, Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support is there to help. Head to squarespace.com/idiot for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code IDIOT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Also, go out there, grab Shook One, Anxiety Playing Tricks on Me, available wherever you buy books now. Go buy both my books. I be forgetting I have two books out, Black Privilege as well as Shook One. And I'm reminded that I have two books out because books are those things that like live forever.
Yeah.
So it's like, what in my mind I'm not gonna say forgot about,
Sure.
but you know I did it already. Somebody may just be buying yesterday.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I may just have finished reading yesterday, so it's like, oh, let me sign my book. And in my mind, I'm thinking about to pull out Shook One, but then they pull out Black Privilege. And
yeah, there's like there's a thing that happened with the author Dan Brown. Do you remember that guy? He wrote the Da Vinci Code, like a historical fiction guy.
Got you.
And the Da Vinci Code was like the third book of a series, or maybe even the fourth book of a series that he was doing. So once that one exploded,
all this other shit popped the fuck off,
bro. Literally, people, myself included, would go to Barnes and Noble. I'd buy Da Vinci Code, and I really liked it. So I was like, "What else do they have?" And there'd be three books right next to it.
Yeah,
and it was 3 for 1.
And you just fucking go down a wormhole.
That's the beautiful thing about books in a lot of ways. It's like the first YouTube.
Yeah, and keeping 100 with y'all, you know, when you get a royalty check for your book, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because you thought you stopped getting paid for it.
No, I mean, yeah, but I've gotten a couple of royalty checks. You just forget, like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's free money. It's like, oh yeah, you can buy this
hey,
still.
Man, life is okay out here in these streets, right? So
do they have them next to each other in the thing, or are they different sections?
I see it in some places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, like the book cycle is different. So like how Shook One is out on shelves now.
Right.
Black Privilege ain't out on shelves now. It could be. It just depends on like what the week is and how much he's selling that week, because it's bestsellers. It's I don't know.
I never thought about curating a bookstore. Yeah, I just assume books just stay there and more books come.
That's a great point.
Right? Like you never think.
Yeah, but what they do now, they put all the black people together. So it'll be like Michelle Obama,
right?
Tiffany,
Gabrielle
Union, Charlamagne. Yeah, I promise you, if you go in these bookstores, you'll see that. You'll see
hair products at Walmart.
Boom.
Yeah, you got the urban section.
There's the urban
cocoa
section.
butter.
It is what it is.
Larry's.
Absolutely.
Larry's?
But
what's the wave gel? Larry? Or is that the seasoned salt? What am I thinking about?
But thank y'all for purchasing those books. And I had a screening last night for the movie Us.
Right.
So salute to everybody who came out to the screening. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to ruin the experience for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. But I will say this. And I just think this is a good note for any artist you may like, right? Don't go into this movie thinking that you're about to see another Get Out. Jordan Peele did Get Out already.
Okay,
you know what I mean, if I had to liken it to something, if Get Out was Jordan's Good Kid, Mad City, then Us is Jordan's To Pimp a Butterfly. You know what I'm saying? Which I think a lot of people ended up appreciating later. I love To Pimp a Butterfly first time I listened to it. That's still my favorite Kendrick album.
Right.
I thought Us was great. You know, I think it's a lot of dope symbolism in it. I'll give you one other quick jewel, just so it give you some better context when you go see it.
Right.
If Get Out was about racism, Us is about classism. And I think Us is actually means United States as well. But that's all I'm gonna tell you because I don't want to ruin it for you. We'll talk about it more.
So there's a lot
week.
of hidden jewels in.
I mean, honestly, it's not even really that hidden. It's just some things like you have to research later. And I listen, I'm not mad at that. You know why? Because sometimes it's good. It's just like a good lyric. I mean, or a good joke. You might hear the joke and be like, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about. But then when you go Google what it was he was talking about, then it all makes sense.
We're still talking about Bible scripture now.
And
right?
It's a great Bible scripture in the movie.
Okay.
Jeremiah 11:11. They showed that a couple times.
I'll look it up so I have some
And when I looked it up,
context.
it was like, oh, it all made sense. Like it's just a lot of little dope symbolism.
That's the tricky thing when you create anything, right? As an artist, it's like two things. How much do you want the audience to know, and how limited do you want their interpretation to be?
Yes, because we live in this era where you almost have to give them the interpretation immediately.
Or else
you'll get slaughtered. I ain't like that. Yo, people were booing at the end of Us last night.
No.
Yeah. Yo, by the way,
That clip is gonna get. That clip is going everywhere.
Listen, everybody that saw the movie before me last night,
Right.
they had a screening in LA. Everybody was like, this shit kind of whack. I ain't like it. So
Okay.
I was like, fuck, really?
Yeah.
But luckily, I don't listen to what everybody else is saying.
Right.
And I saw it and I thought it was fantastic. But it was like it was a couple boos last night. And then after the movie, like we just was in front having this whole discussion about it. And Nyla, damn, I wish I knew Nyla's homeboy's name. Nyla's homeboy put it in perspective, and
Right.
I was like, I knew I had to do something with class, and then
Right.
after that, I started doing my own research, and I figured it out. And I think it's a great movie.
Yeah, I think and again, I haven't seen it, so this is just me going off of what you're
It's the
telling
Hezzy
me.
I like.
But yeah, exactly,
I
right?
like Hezzy with no
So it's like,
information.
ready? So when people see a movie starring black people, the assumption is that it's about race,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
So you're looking at this through the filter of race because in your past, every movie that's been all black has had something to do with race, or the majority of them, right?
Yeah.
So you're looking for the race issue in the movie. He's kind of doing next level filmmaking, which is basically going, no, they just happen to be black.
Yeah.
Right? It's like-
I mean, absolutely. I mean, Get Out was definitely about race, but
I don't need to see shit to know shit.
yeah. Get Out was definitely about race. But this is actually just a movie.
Get Out I'm saying about this movie right
This
here.
could have been any cast.
So maybe that was the confusion, right? The
Yeah.
confusion is everybody's going here waiting for this kind of like race expose, and maybe it's going to take like collective wisdom to go, hey guys, it's actually not about that.
Nah, it's not. It's about
Yeah.
class. It's definitely about
Yeah.
class, and it's about It's about the rich and it's about the poor.
And maybe
whatever color they fall under that umbrella.
Maybe, and you know how like if you're eating a pizza and you know it's pizza, you're like, oh, this is a good pizza, right?
yeah,
But if you're
yeah.
eating a pizza and you think it's ice cream, you're like, this is shitty ice cream.
Yeah.
So like, maybe people are going into this movie thinking it's one thing.
They got Get Out on their mind. They want-
Exactly, they got-
and that's usually the
Tell
thing.
me why white people ain't shit.
But
They're
that's
like waiting for it.
But that's usually the thing when you put out any good product first. They want you to do that again. It don't
Right.
matter what it is.
Right.
Comedy special, album, interview. You know how many times we do great interviews and they be like, yo, y'all gotta bring Soulja Boy back.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah.
He just left. Like literally under the YouTube comments, it'll be like, you gotta bring Soulja Boy back. He just left.
Because they want the experience they had with that.
boom.
It's not even about Soulja Boy. It's about like what that evoked in them. It's
Yes,
like
yes,
Kanye with
yes.
the 808s, right? It's like Kanye brought out 808s, and it was like when we get a new operating system on the iPhone. Initially, everybody's like, "The fuck is this?"
Yeah.
And then we look 5 years later, and it's like, "Oh wow, everybody's doing the singing
Absolutely.
shit." You know, everybody hates the new.
Absolutely.
So. And again, I got to watch it, but just from the reactions and from you guys talking earlier, it's
Jay-Z
Yeah.
told because I don't know what year anniversary it was of the Pimp a Butterfly, maybe 4 years. I think it was last week. And salute to my guy Punch from TDE. Punch made a statement. He said that when they did the Pimp a Butterfly, Jay-Z heard it, and Jay-Z said, you know, I guess they were just talking about the album and there's this direction they should go, whatever. And Jay basically told him, and I'm misquoting, I don't want to paraphrase, but he basically said, make the album you want to make. Because when you do this, they'll never ever be able to put you in a box ever again. You give them another Good Kid, Mad City, then you just
that's who you are.
the Good Kid, Mad City kid.
You're
You know what I'm
typecast.
saying? Now you go this way, they'll never be able to put you in a box. They'll always be expecting the unexpected from you. And honestly, that's what you should be. I
Yes.
think so. Because at the end of the day, the only thing you want to be consistently is good.
Is yourself.
Yourself and good.
Yes, but
You know?
good is subjective, right? You got to decide. You got to decide what. You got to decide what good is for you, and then if people really fuck with you and you got the juice, they'll come around to it eventually.
Yeah.
You're right. There's always going to be negative feedback about any change. It don't matter what it is. When it becomes fall, people are like, "Fuck, it's cold."
Yeah.
Right? It's like we knew fall was coming. We were here last year when fall came.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're surprised all of a
Yeah.
sudden. Like when daylight savings comes, it's like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. It's like, you knew it was gonna happen. Yet there's this shock.
Yeah.
So change is always tough for people. You just gotta walk right through that change, man.
Yeah, so just everybody give us a chance. When it comes out this weekend, we can discuss on Monday and talk about the deeper meanings. But just give it a chance before you kill it on social media. Don't go start posting about Jordan Peele's white wife. Don't go start pulling
That was the issue.
Don't go start pulling up the clip of Jordan Peele shitting on Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like let's not
What'd he do?
It's a joke. It was a Key and Peele joke. Like
Oh, that doesn't count.
But let's not do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Let's just wait. before you take all of these things that you already knew about
Right.
and slaughter him because now he gave you something you don't like. Nah, y'all fucking do. All right? Now, what else is going on in the world? Rogan. Hey, so
Yeah, man.
Schulz did Joe Rogan.
Man, that was cool. That was so
that?
fucking cool. It was like a lot of, to be honest, there was a lot of emotions going on. It was, first of all, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Joe Rogan, for having me on. Thank you so much, Brendan Schaub and Jamie.
Brendan Schaub, why does that name sound familiar?
Brendan's on Joe Rogan a lot. He does The Fighter and the Kid. He does The King and the Sting. He does, you know him probably from Showtime. He does a lot of the boxing stuff below the belt.
Boom.
But,
Gotcha.
and that's a buddy of mine. He's a stand-up comic. He's going to have a special coming out on Showtime, actually. And, he put the word in, and for me, and so many other people have just been, really just putting good words in for me, man.
Did you smoke weed? I didn't get a chance to listen.
I said no to the weed because I wanted to be sharp, man. It was like the convo was bigger than me in a way, and it was like there was a purpose to it, for stand-up, and
the world probably doesn't need to hear high hezzy because they've never heard sober hezzy yet.
Right. Well, it's not even about me as much as it was like there's like information in the interview that like stand-ups needed to hear because the revolution has begun. Right. The industry is changing. How you become a stand-up and how you operate as a stand-up is completely changed. And I've laid the blueprint out, and young comics and comics my age needed to see it and understand it. So, especially on a platform that big and that respected, because if something happens when you go on a platform that big and that respected, everything about your word carries more weight. Mm-hmm. So it's like they needed to see, and so they could prepare for what's happening in the business, because it's all coming down within a few years. Like, it's over. Bro,
What?
I'm walking around my agency in LA and like even they don't get it. It's
What is it over for though? Like I'm trying to figure out over for what?
Specials are done, sitcoms are done. There'll never be another sitcom in the history of television.
There's gonna be more sitcoms. Are they gonna be good? Is the question.
There'll never be another successful sitcom in the history of television. Matter of fact,
That's a bold statement, Andrew.
just watch. Just watch.
That's a
You
hell
can
of a
make an
statement.
argument. You can make an argument there hasn't been a successful one in the last 10 years.
Depends what you call a sitcom nowadays, though.
Well, I'm talking specifically living room, kitchen
Yeah,
right next to it, laugh track,
2 camera
sitcom.
shit. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah,
But that is what a sitcom is.
Yeah,
there are dramedies, like that is a different type of
I prefer
single cam dramedies.
I prefer the 30-minute Insecures. I prefer the 30-minute
that's not a sitcom
Atlantas.
though.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's a different model. There's a narrative and the storyline is actually important and has stakes. A lot of times at the end of an Insecure episode, you're speaking about not the funny part, but about the issue.
Yeah, I got a theory on why sitcoms can't work anymore.
Okay.
Because they just look fake. It just looks fake. Like nobody cares that you have a live studio audience and this place that looks like an apartment. Like think about how Martin looks compared to something else now. Like Martin was good
Insecure,
back in the
Entourage.
day. I like stuff that has a feeling of realness.
Yeah, authenticity.
Authenticity
is a magnet, man.
Yeah.
It draws you to it. So, like, just for the sitcom thing, the reason why there'll never be another one is, and, Joe and I were basically just talking about this. Is like if you think about your favorite scene in sitcom or your top 5 favorite scenes in a sitcom, right? You like just pick it in our head right now, and then I ask you what happened at the beginning of that episode, right? Or what happened at the end of that episode. None of us will know. And it's because the storyline, the narrative in a sitcom was never important. It was an excuse to fill a 30-minute time block. Okay? So they need you to come back from commercials. So they're like, let's just have a through line. A sitcom is really 5 sketches.
That's what most content though, right?
No. Drama, you remember beginning and end. If I ask you about a Sopranos episode, if I ask you, even Insecure
Like
has an
you
element
remember
of
the
drama.
setup.
You remember, because it's
I
problem,
got you,
solution,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Where a sitcom, the problem isn't even that important. It's like muffin tops for a Seinfeld.
That's why Seinfeld was so good. It was a show about nothing.
A show about nothing. So we just remember those sketches from Seinfeld, right? There's 5 an episode, right? And now that there's no time constraint on the internet, you don't need to keep people around. You just have those 5 sketches. Matter of fact, the next iteration of the sitcom already exists. It's been right in front of our faces this whole time. Just most people haven't realized it.
What is that?
It's 4 people or 3 people or 2 people that we like, and we like their characters, and we're seeing them in different situations doing different hijinks.
Isn't that a reality show?
No, it's Instagram comics. You see the same 3, 4, 5 of them. They're doing different types of things. What would happen if? What happens when your girl calls you?
But isn't that's reality show model though?
Reality show is something that's not scripted, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the Instagram comics that we're seeing, they put these sketches together, they put these scripts together, like the King Batch stuff, but it's the same group of guys being the same personalities. That is the new version of a sitcom. It's just people haven't realized what it's morphed into.
I wondered about that. I wondered if that's the new version of a sitcom or is it the new version of reality television?
No, because reality is reality, right? The new version of reality television is Duval. So
and that's what I'm saying. I saw somebody say that on Duval's comments. They was like, yo, I saw your whole thing with Jay Ski.
Yeah.
This is like reality TV on Instagram.
Duval has a reality television show, and it's through his Instagram and Snapchat.
Will Smith.
Absolutely will, right? But like, I'm talking about the guys who are doing scripted sketches on Instagram, right? And the reason why I tell comics to get in the game is because
Hold up, before you move on. That's sketch. I think that's sketch, right? I wonder if there is a way to do the Instagram sitcom. Like actually do a sitcom,
yeah,
but just do it strictly on
it is. That's what I'm saying.
IG.
It's already happening.
I'm talking about actually do it. I'm talking about the set, you know, same shit, pull up, but just do it on Instagram. Like what if Rel was just on Instagram? Lowers the expectation. Right? Lowers the expectation because it's not on a big cable network.
Yeah.
You got an IG star already on the show, a couple of them.
Right.
Jess Hilarious, DC Young Fly.
Right.
You got a seasoned veteran in Sinbad, up and coming still in Rel.
Yeah.
I wonder if something like that would work if it was just imagine if it was just a strictly IG TV show. Probably.
It would, but it would only work if it wasn't the 30 minutes straight.
So like what?
Because you
5
don't
minutes
need
at a
it.
time?
Yeah, you just do 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I mean, IGTV, like I put my clips up on IGTV because you can do longer than a minute. So instead of cutting my shit down to a minute or doing the scroll thing, we put them on IGTV and they pop up in the scroll, and then it just asks if you want to continue watching.
So you could technically do a show on IGTV because if it's 5 minutes, a 30-minute sitcom is only 22 minutes.
It's 22 minutes,
commercials.
but you don't think
you could do 4 or 5 minute breaks.
Don't think about it as 22 minutes, right? There's no time on the internet. We got to get out of the time thing, right? Time doesn't exist anymore. Time is nothing.
Depends.
Things are as long as they are long. Okay?
No, things are as long as they are good.
That's what I mean.
Oh.
So it's like if your special is 53 minutes, that's what it is.
If it's good.
If it's good, right? And what I tell comics is take off everything that's not good. Okay? Now, if your special is an hour and 7 or an episode of Game of Thrones, for example, some episodes this coming up season are an hour and 20 minutes. Some episodes are 58. That's still an episode.
You're just giving them your greatest hits.
You just give what's good, right? Like what you said,
hits,
right? So it's like, but you have to understand that structure was never the reason we watched in the first place. So you take away the structure and give us the meat. Give us what we actually want.
Well, you need the structure for TV just because they got 22 fucking minutes.
That's what I'm saying. But TV's dead. So it's like, now you don't have to fill that. Nobody's watching the TV. And that's why you have these guys who are like stars of sitcoms that can't sell any tickets on the road.
I agree with you. I think you need a little setup with certain things, though. Like I think about Martin when Martin like had the Forever Shanae shit, right? When Kid was about to fuck Shanae.
Real talk. Just that you brought that up, right? What is probably the most common Instagram sketch?
Most common is guys acting like women
with a wig on, right?
Yeah, but what's that mean?
What is Shanae?
Yeah, I get that, but that's the character. But you still got to
just take it in.
Yeah, that's the character. But I'm talking about the setup. Like
I know, but like, take in what's happening.
If you saw Kid, if I posted just that clip, Kid about to sleep with Shanae, Forever My Lady playing, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
That's every Instagram.
Why is Kid just with Shanae? But those kids on Instagram set things up too now.
A little bit.
No,
I mean you could do a lot of setup in the title. Like, watch what I do.
I saw King Batch do a sketch the other day with my man Alan Maldonado, and it was about jealous boyfriend. Like, and he was like, jealous boyfriend. So Alan walks up, tries to dap King Batch up. He jumps in, the handshake. Alan comes in for another handshake. King Batch jumps in again. Then Alan tries to hug the girl. King Batch jumps in and hugs the girl. He's like, yo, let's walk over here. So they walk over, and he ends up killing him.
Right.
But if he'd have just posted that with him beating up Alan and killing him, we wouldn't know what was going on.
Right.
Yeah.
So the setup is all in the title. Use every piece of real estate. Like, for example, when we did Uncommon Sense, right? Your show Uncommon Sense. There was an episode where Ja Rule was on, and I wore the Rap Lives Matter pick.
Yes.
Right.
And prior to that, we did a whole segment about Meek Mill and Drake beef.
Meek Mill and Drake beef, right?
Yeah.
So
by the time Ja came and we started talking about 50 and Ja,
right. But
all
like,
the beef played in.
Right. So it's like, For me, the reason I wore the shirt is because I'm using every bit of real estate I can.
And you did what we call a callback.
And then we did a little callback.
You said to him, if this was this era, you'd have been on this show.
Boom. So I use the real estate. Instagram used the real estate as well, right? That title thing, don't make it redundant.
Nah, never.
Give the explanation, which is jealous boyfriend. Yeah. So now you don't got to explain that because you just said it in the title.
Email should have taught you that.
Say what?
Email should have taught you that.
What I'm saying is, I'm trying to like give a blueprint, right?
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying email should have taught you that.
It's a perfect example.
Meaning like,
yeah.
It's a big difference between looking at a subject in your email thing that says yo and another that says trying to cash you for motherfucking X, Y, and Z.
And you're like, I'm going to open that email.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Use every bit of it. So when I went on there and we had this, amazing conversation, it was a way of hopefully having all these young comics and just young creatives know like the power is ours now, and once we enter this space, stand-up comics are the funniest people on the planet because we do the hardest version of funny. So what I'm telling them is get your comedy on the internet because you're competing with people right now who are not as funny as you.
Well, here's the thing, and
so you will succeed. And I've seen kids do it. There's been kids. This kid in England who opened for me named Adam. He started Adam Rowe. He started putting his stand-up on Twitter and Instagram. And he's blowing the fuck up, man. He's like, yeah, bro, I'm just trying to do your model, this, that, the other. And I'm like, it's for everybody. This is for everyone. You fucking run with it and go kill it.
Well, the internet has always had that power for whatever, form of content you want to create. I think the problem with comedians is they're scared to get them jokes up because they think if they get them jokes up, they can't get into these comedy houses no more. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be a special kind of comic because you're a guy that constantly creates jokes.
Yeah.
Think about these motherfuckers that have been doing these same sets for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I can't give this set up shows.
Sure. No,
same reason people wouldn't do specials. Well, they're like, I don't want to give up this hour special because then I don't got no new material.
Right. So like the old conventional wisdom was, that's part of it, right? But the old conventional wisdom was, I'm going to do a special, right? I'm going to hoard all my material and then do a special, right? And the reason why people would do specials was not for money back in the day. It was to sell tickets.
Yeah.
Okay? Then these comedians started making $20 million a special, right? So it flipped our minds and we're like, oh, you do a special for money. I have friends who have hour specials that can't sell tickets on the road with Comedy Central. Doing a special with Comedy Central right now is the same as if you're an artist and you release an album and you release it on cassette tape. That is the exact same situation.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I always wondered why people did specials on Comedy Central.
Bro.
Like, it's not big. I'm not dissing nobody who's got a special on Comedy Central.
They stole a show of mine.
Which one?
You know my 441 special that I put out?
Yeah.
They have a show called Thank You Good Night, which is an exact ripoff of that show.
That's good. You should feel flattered.
I feel flattered with a check.
No. That's what happens. But like, what you're saying is absolutely right. And it's also comedians too who get so much money on the road. So when they come to them with a special, they're like, why would I give y'all my special when I'm going on the road all the fucking time? That will do all forever.
The game is the road, and absolutely, right? So the game is, right now the game is proximity. It's not distance, right? That's fame, right? And everything will be done on the road. AMC just bought 51% of the improvs, right? And I think the reason they're doing this is because they understand everything in the road. It's live podcasts on the road. Shit, if you have a cooking show, you can take that shit on the road. Right now, the game is intimacy. It's how close am I to Charlamagne the God? How close am I to Andrew Schulz, right? I want to, when they're in my town, I want to go see them because I know so much about their lives. Like, for me going on Rogan, right? That was a win for all of us. Like, the majority of my messages were, yo, we did it. Because everybody this listener right now has been sharing my clips with their friends, sharing my clips with their family, sharing everything I do. I don't have a powerful manager. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't have like these powers that be that could just place you. Everything we did was Bernie Sanders grassroots shit.
And it validates.
And we went to the top of the business. Like, there is no bigger place to go in the business than Joe Rogan right now.
The Breakfast Club is pretty big.
Fam.
No.
Fam, stop it. Stop it.
You think Joe Rogan's bigger than Breakfast Club?
10 times your size.
Why do you think that?
Just look at the numbers. I did 10 million views in 2 days.
On what?
On the interview. Between the clips and the interview.
Soulja Boy did 15 in a day.
That's Soulja Boy.
And who was Soulja Boy at that time?
Exactly. Who Soulja Boy is one of the most well-known artists in the world. Hold on, you really think that your platform is bigger than Rogan?
Just as big, easily.
Come on, bro. Let's look at the recent interviews on Breakfast Club compared to the recent interviews on Rogan.
Do it.
Let's have a nice humbling experience for you.
I'm with it.
Don't get me wrong. You guys are very big and important.
Remember that. No more bookings for Andrew Schulz on Breakfast Club.
Listen. Hey, man. I don't ask for anything.
And by the way, I'm not saying bigger. I'm saying we just as big. If I don't see why you would think otherwise.
I mean, just because the numbers are smaller.
And that's just YouTube. You got to think we're 4 million daily listeners.
For sure. I'm just talking about YouTube.
So that's 20 million weekly listeners.
I'm just talking about YouTube. That's all I'm talking
about. Let's look at YouTube. I don't even know what Joe Rogan's page is. What's Joe Rogan page?
Type the name Joe Rogan.
Hold on. Is it Powerful JRE?
Might be there, yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. Powerful JRE. One thing Joe does do that we're definitely going to start doing is the live YouTube shit, though.
Yes.
All right, he did Ron White, 534,000. He did Narco Journalist, 1 million views. He did Mexican Corruption and Beheadings, 198,000 views.
So I'm at 1.9 million, right?
You hot.
Right, that's just the interview. Then there's 10 clips that go of it. A couple of those clips are at 2 million, 1 million, right?
Hold on, I'm going. Let me keep looking.
Then there's another account called Joe Rogan University. Those clips are getting millions. It's insane.
He's got another one with Gary Tobbs and Stephen Guynett, 307,000 views. He got one with Dr. Phil, 3 million views.
Look at the one with Bill Burr, 4.6 million. Alex Honnold, 1.8 million. Every thing is getting a million.
Andrew,
yeah,
do me a favor.
Yeah.
Go look on Breakfast Club YouTube page, please. All right? Like, that's us. We do the same type of shit. Like,
okay,
easily.
Ready? These are your views, right? These are your views. This is the last few ones, right? 6.8 thousand views. This is
what are you
203,000 Safari Joe Budden.
What are you
I'm looking
at?
The recent videos that you just posted.
What are you looking
Trina
at?
admits to paying Trick Daddy's wife 200,000.
I see Safari says Joe Budden is playing tough on camera for love and hip hop, 204,000. That's just Angelique's rumor report, 204,000.
Right.
That's literally just the rumor report. Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. The clips. So now,
hold on. Let's go through it. Slander the Breakfast Club, 293,000. Bernie Sanders, 958,000. Offset, 2.6 million. Van Jones, 288,000. Kamala Harris, 508,000. Lloyd, 526,000.
Do you see how those numbers are lower?
How are they lower?
What are you talking about? Millions, and now we're reading hundreds of thousands.
What are you talking about? Like, I really need to know what you're talking about.
You have a massive platform, and it's one of the most...
This is just Angela's rumor report. 204,000, 205,000, 380,000, 241,000. Those are just the rumor reports.
Right.
And these interviews right here, I haven't even named anybody. Lloyd.
Right.
526,000.
Right.
Lloyd. Like, come on.
So you don't see how it's... You don't see
how many
how
subscribers does Joe have?
So ready. Look at your interview with Andrew Yang, and then look at Joe Rogan's interview with Andrew Yang to see what the difference is between those.
Ours is 812,000 in a week. What's Joe Rogan's?
2.3 million.
And how long?
A month.
Okay, we had 812,000 in a week.
Right, but you understand how it goes. Like, you don't increase after that.
Yes, we do.
No, it's the initial.
No, bro.
Guys,
no.
Okay.
Hey, new content creator. No.
Hey,
if
guys.
you're putting out good content that people come to all the time, and you'll see. No, matter of fact, you have seen it.
I know.
You put out videos.
Yeah.
Your old videos not rip. You talked about it with the Da Vinci Code.
Right.
So what happens is Breakfast Club. If you're a new guy to the Breakfast Club, right? Say you're a guy.
I don't know why you're so defensive about this. You can have a smaller platform than someone else.
I'm competitive just like you, but it's not smaller. It's not.
Okay, it's not. It's not smaller.
No more bookings for Andrew Schulz on Breakfast Club. Let's see how many times he gets back on Joe Rogan. But it's not, though. How many subscribers does Joe have?
Say what?
How many subscribers does he have?
4.9 million.
He got 4.9 million?
Yeah.
How long has he had his page?
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You both can have a massive followings, man. You both can have incredible influence in the world, dude. It's totally... It's not lesser. It just so happens that his videos get more views than yours. It's not a big deal.
Though.
Okay, fine. They don't. It's fine.
Like, they don't. It's actually pretty.
Okay, they don't.
Equal, yeah.
If you don't believe it, that's fine. That's totally fine. I mean, I think anybody, if they want to just go to the pages and see it, then
they can go and look for themselves.
That's cool. And it is. And if you don't want to have me on Breakfast Club, that's fine, man. I'm not asking.
We definitely not.
I know.
I've never gotten dick rolled like this by you.
What is Dick Road?
Ever.
What is Dick Road?
I've never gotten this type of dick riding by you.
I'm riding your dick now?
No, you're riding Joe Rogan's dick.
Because he's the top. you know what I'm saying? Like, are you kidding?
No disrespect to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I fuck with Joe Rogan. But, like, we're not going to sit here and act like Breakfast Club is not a massive platform.
When did I say that? Quote me when I said that.
Okay, you're right.
I said you guys are
you said it's 4 times bigger?
massively influential.
Okay.
Andrew Yang's interview is what, 3 times? So it's like
Andrew Yang was out for a week. See,
let's see in a month. We'll look in a month.
Boom.
We'll look in a month.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's it. But my point is, there could be guys that do way more on Breakfast Club than would do on Rogan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What I'm speaking is completely objectively.
Yeah.
You guys have a massive influential market, right? Every time that I've went on Breakfast Club, it's been really powerful for me. It's been really great, and it's been awesome. Will I ever ask you to go on again? No. Because the last time I asked you, you walked out of the interview in 10 minutes.
I walked out because I knew you was going to do this.
Say what?
I walked out because I knew you was going to do this when you went on Joe Rogan.
No, I knew. Well, you never knew I was going to be on Rogan.
Duh! Goddamn, comedian!
Oh, my bad. So, but for me, it has nothing to do with like, for me, what I realize is the lesson there is like, and why I never asked to be on Rogan is that like, I stopped asking for shit because if you just do, the people around you will ask. And I knew that like I asked you to do me a favor for coming on Breakfast Club, and you did a fucking solid favor, and it was.
You've been on Breakfast Club a few times.
I know, but it was a solid favor, and I appreciate that.
And also too, I can tell when
But here's the difference.
Okay.
Had I never asked, and had you said to me, "Yo, Schulz, why don't you come on Breakfast Club and promote the new special or something like that?" Right? You would have been invested in that interview being great because you were the one that asked. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me with Rogan, it was, when he came to my show in LA, I was so grateful he even just showed up at my show. Mm-hmm. Like I was just blown away. I didn't want, after that, I was like, I don't even want anything else, man. Like, that was so fucking cool that you came, you know, especially as a comedian. This is in the comedy world, you know? So it's like, and then getting asked to go on was like, that's next level, man. It's fucking, it was just so.
I also want the record to show that Andrew Schulz once tweeted, the Breakfast Club and Joe Rogan podcast are the only places you can go to make news.
I believe it to this day.
Oh, okay.
Son, the Breakfast Club and Joe Rogan, I've said numerous times, are the biggest platforms of the planet.
There we go. Now that's the better wording.
Is this not coming out?
That's the no. That's not
been
what
saying
you
the
said.
same
That's
thing.
the better wording.
Yeah,
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not. Listen, I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh, you got analytics?
Social Blade.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
The numbers. So basically,
We both got A minuses.
Pretty equal.
we're pretty, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I knew this already though.
What does it say?
We're both A minuses.
Okay.
I knew this already.
What does it mean?
I didn't know you could do that. That's new to me.
Equals.
Okay.
I never knew you could do that.
Okay, hold on one second. So
Okay.
you're both A minuses.
Mm-hmm.
Subscriber rank, they're 1,200. You're 2,100.
Because
Wait
they got
for
a
it.
million more subscribers. than
Wait
us.
for it. The video rank, they're 1,800th. You guys are 1,700th. So that's better. You guys are better.
Equal.
Views from the last 30 days, they have more than you. They have 71 million. You guys have 50 million. Subscribers for the last 30 days, they have 300,000. You have 100,000. At revenue, they are 18,000. You guys are 12,000. So estimated yearly
18,000 or what?
per, I guess, 18,000 to monthly earning or something like that. I don't know. And then you guys, yeah, so they're 18 to 12. And then estimated yearly, they're 214,000. You're 150. So I think we can see that they're higher than you guys in every category except one. I would look at that information as saying that they have more than you guys. That doesn't mean that you guys aren't wildly influential.
I'm looking at the grade.
Does that make sense?
What's the grades? What's the grade? Because you do this for no reason. What's the grades?
Wait a minute. So you're both what's called, your total grade is both an A minus, right?
Yes.
So is it possible that you know, you both are in the like, for example, like an A plus might be from a 96 to 100.
Yeah.
Right? But if there's somebody that's at a 97 and you're at a 96, then they're a little bit higher, right?
Listen,
that's fair, right?
If his grade was an A plus and ours was an A minus, I say, Andrew, you're right.
Right. But
being that it's A minus, I'm gonna say, hey, just like I said before, I think that we're on the same level.
right. So
But you said he's bigger.
what is it? What decides size? The grade or the amount of views?
I don't even know what y'all looking at.
We're just looking.
Social Blade.
Look, you guys brought this over here. I didn't ask for this. Like,
Let me
you guys-
ask
all I'm just saying is
Let me
it
ask you a question.
says that they get more
Okay,
views.
well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
We're on a
All right, so
view-based
listen,
thing,
if
and
you
it gets
did-
more views.
If you had a comedy special, right?
Yes.
And it was graded, and yours got an A-.
Yeah.
And let's say Chappelle
Yes.
got an A-, right?
Yes. God, you're so competitive, man. It is
I am.
insane.
I am.
It's
I am.
so insane.
Bro, listen, I don't give
We
a fuck.
can't even be fucking
Andrew, let's
happy.
not act like you're not as competitive as me. That's probably one of the things that we got in common.
Every week.
Shut the fuck up and let me get my
Every
competitiveness
week
off,
I
goddammit.
come up here and I'm so happy about your book. When you said your book, no, this is interesting.
Shut
when you
the
said
fuck up
your
and let me
book
get this
went-
shit off.
when
This
no-
is not about you. It's about me and Joe
I know
Rogan.
it is. When,
All right?
when you said your book was a national bestseller or whatever like that, I sat here with you and I fucking celebrated you based on it. We can't even sit here and be happy for me for fucking 2 minutes
Andrew?
for being on
Andrew.
the biggest platform in the world. Joe Rogan.
Andrew, I was ecstatic for you until you said it was the biggest platform in the world. All right? Listen, I was ecstatic for you.
Ecstatic
Listen,
my
when
ass,
I
bro.
say I was ecstatic
we spent
for
the
you,
first 30 minutes
you
talking about your
goddamn
books.
right.
You're so
Listen,
ecstatic. We spoke about your books for the first 30 minutes. Let your friends win, man. Be joyful for your friends.
I was ecstatic for you.
Get happiness from them doing good things in their life. It's going to make you happy.
I do. That's why
when you win, I'm happy for you,
Andrew,
man.
I do. That's why I share all my platforms with my friends.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How many times you asked me to be on Breakfast Club since my special came out?
How many times have we done? Let's talk about this, goddammit. Let's get some shit out on the motherfucking table. All right? One of Andrew's followers tweeted me because I posted something like best stand-up comic in the world.
Yep.
And it's not even close.
Yep.
He says to me, about time you support Andrew.
I resent that.
But no, let me.
I resent that.
Let me finish. Let me ride your dick for a second.
No.
Can I ride your fucking dick? All right?
Can I say one thing that's very
All right.
important to
No,
me?
Yes.
You have given me so much. I mean this, and it almost gets me emotional. You've given me so much, not in terms of just a platform and access to people, but like I've learned so much from. I don't want to be a little
neither,
bitch,
man.
But yeah. But I've learned
love you,
so
man.
much. I love you, man.
Fuck, man. I love you.
Yeah.
All right.
it's like-
this gay shit out.
Yeah, I know.
Get back on
So it's
track.
like,
all right.
So it's like I've learned so much about content and just about this business and just about authenticity and just about how to speak even on a mic and how to put together ideas. And you could never take that gratitude away from me. Like when I tease you about going on the Breakfast Club, if that happens, if it doesn't happen, like these things are whatever, like I am so beyond grateful of everything that you've given me, even if it's just been being around you.
Andrew, it's because I know you're great.
I know that.
I knew you was great. I knew you was great 6 years ago when you was on fucking Guy Code.
I know that, but I want you to know that. And I texted you this when you hit me up, and I texted you, and it was sincere. So, yeah, don't ever think for a second that I'm not fucking beyond
Andrew,
grateful.
here's the thing. I don't give a fuck. You don't owe me anything. I see you. I saw you
Listen,
6 years
you know
ago.
how lucky I am to be friends with the guy who has the second biggest platform?
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna tell you, this is what's fucked up about having friends like this. He knows this shit bothers him.
I know.
He's gonna do this shit at least for the rest of the fucking year. All right?
No, but I mean that.
No,
I
listen,
mean that.
I feel the same exact way. But I got on Instagram and I said, best stand-up comic in the world right now is not even close. Motherfucker said to me, you need to support Andrew Schulz more. I said, motherfucker, I've been supporting Andrew Schulz for 5-6 motherfucking years.
Every
we do
week.
a show every week on
Every
Brilliant Idiots podcast.
Every
right? You got to think about things like this. I said that's what I want to do my podcast. I did have one other person in mind, but I said let's get Andrew. Andrew's in New York. He's here all the time. He's funny as shit. I thought it would be a great contrast because I'm always with motherfuckers that are black and talking hip hop and all kind of other shit. I said Andrew can touch a lot of different topics.
Yep.
Brilliant Idiots had success. Just something organic that we just decided to come in here and do every day as motherfucking friends. And now that shit means something to people. People don't just say, oh, that's Charlamagne from Breakfast Club. They say, that's Charlamagne from Breakfast Club and the hit podcast, Brilliant Idiot. Like that shit is on everything that I do. So that shit means something to me. When you build something with somebody and you make money and you make impact, man, that shit is huge. So I did take that personally. He's like, you don't support Andrew Schulz. Yo, I was saying motherfucking Andrew Schulz was top 5 comedian before y'all was even paying Andrew Schulz fucking attention.
Yep.
When y'all thought he was just some political pundit, you know what I mean? Trying to be Ben Shapiro. I was like, no, this motherfucker's a comic. He's funny as shit. You know why? Because I've been watching Andrew stand up for a few years now.
Right.
So I love seeing what everybody else is seeing now. When I saw you on Rogan, the reason that shit meant something to me, because number one, that lets me know you've arrived. Right.
Yep.
But also, I know how much that shit meant to you.
It meant a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I knew you thought they were a bigger platform than Breakfast Club, I would never have even.
You know what?
The caption would have been a little shorter on Instagram. I might have posted the picture, but it would have been a lot shorter.
Listen, there's a way to decide who's bigger. You know, we could always figure it out.
It's not the same though.
We could always. I could always go in the Breakfast Club. We can see which gets more views. There's a way to figure it out.
That's another thing too. You asked me. You said, "Why didn't I bring you on since you dropped your special?"
I never asked that.
Well, you did just say that a little while ago.
I did. I said it, but I didn't. I said it in jest. It wasn't like
this is my thing.
I don't expect anything.
No,
I mean that.
Here's
I mean
my thing.
that.
You're doing it in such a non-conventional way.
Right.
I don't know when the special dropped. You're dropping a piece every week. I don't know what you. I don't know what the end goal is.
Yeah.
Now, when you tell me like, but you're my man, or if you say, yo, I want to come on Breakfast Club, it's ready. I'm easy.
I'm not gonna.
You don't have to do that with everybody. With me, you could do that.
Fair enough, but I don't want to. You know what I realized? Like, I don't want to. This was the experiment in sustained faith with Rogan, was and it was mind blowing. But it was like little things happened. Like I remember I had this school shooting joke that he retweeted and then he followed me. This is a while back, because when I was in the Bahamas with Duval, and I was like, And a lot of people then in that moment would have reached out and maybe said, hey, man, I'd love to come on the podcast. I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep doing the work. I love the fucking work. I love comedy. I don't expect anything from anybody. I don't believe I'm entitled to anything. I believe I deserve nothing but what I do. And then I kept going, and I kept doing, and then I did the shows in LA, and then he came and he did the show, and he's like, hey, I want to check you out, I want to watch you. And in that moment, some people might have been like, hey man, I'd love to do the podcast. And I said, I'm not going to ask. Everything that's happened in my life that's been going crazy right now has been from me not asking. And just people around me going, oh shit, man, this kid is really just, he's about his art, and that's all he cares about. So we got to lift this guy up. And that fucking, it fucking works. So I'm like, I'm not bothering nobody. I'm just going to put so much value in the world that people go, hey man, what this kid is doing is different. I'm going to put so much value in the world where you guys at Breakfast Club or other platforms are going to go, we need to talk to this guy because he's changing the game right now.
Don't do that with me.
Do you know what I mean? What do you mean?
Because I knew you was talented.
I know you did.
You've been doing a podcast for 6 years.
No, I know you did. What I'm saying, it's not just Breakfast Club. It's like it's like
I'm sensitive right now.
No, I know. But it's Gary. It could be Gary Vee. It could be anything. It's like all I can control is what I do. So I'm just gonna do that so much, and if I do it right, it's gonna make waves where people go, oh shit, we need to talk to this guy.
You know what you did, and it's so interesting you're saying that. I literally tweeted this to my guy earlier, because not tweeted, text him, because he was talking to me about artists from South Carolina, right? And he said something to me about, I know you're a busy man, you're not an A&R. I said, look, man, SC artists, I was just talking about rappers, or artists in general, South Carolina, have to stop waiting on people and utilize the internet like everyone else. Nobody is putting anybody on anymore. There are no discoveries of talent. If you don't already got your shit moving, nobody fucking with you. What you did was get your shit moving in your comedy space. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe, and I'm gonna be honest with you, maybe you veered off a little bit because we started doing the podcast, right? And then we was doing a lot of TV. You know what I mean? He was doing a lot of television. He was doing, everything from Guy Code, all that shit, the scripted shit.
Johnny,
So maybe you was getting caught up in that world.
I was.
And then you said to yourself, you know what? I'm going to go back to what got me here.
Yeah.
And I've seen that work for every fucking comedian. Kevin Hart did the same thing. When Hollywood stopped fucking with Kevin Hart, because we're acting like this isn't Kevin Hart's second run.
Yeah.
We're acting like Kevin Hart didn't have Soul Plane. We're acting like Kevin Hart didn't have a sitcom on NBC.
Yeah.
All that shit flopped.
Yep.
Kevin went back to what he fucking knew.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Yeah.
Last year, Y'all front on Duval, you know what I'm saying? Because of the comments he made on Breakfast Club, that large platform, that motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? That large platform, the Breakfast Club. You know, when Duval came on, he did a little interview that had like 2 million views the first day. Then it went crazy for all the wrong reasons. All right, you know, had us in a lot of bad spaces. But
you might be number one now if it wasn't for that.
Maybe. It's possible, right? But that shit.
Smile, bitch!
But I'm saying all that to say, they cut Duval off. People don't realize how bad they cut Duval legs. A lot of money. A lot of shit that he had going on, they stopped doing. But he doubled down on what the fuck he knew, which was that stand-up. And then eventually, he kept doing what he been doing, which is putting a song out every year
been doing
for
it
the past 5 years, which y'all forgot all about, and boom. So double down on whatever it is the fuck you know. That's it.
It's the only thing you can control, man. I stopped desiring shit that I couldn't control, and it changed my fucking life. I'm telling you, man, it is, dude, it's magnetic. When people see you doing shit for the right reasons, this is what I've learned about people in power.
Yeah.
And as I've gotten a little bit of power, is you want to help people. Like, with any excess I have in my life, I've wanted to help people. And you just want to help the people that are worthy.
How many times have I told you I love throwing more assists than scoring points?
Sure, absolutely. So it's like, and there's so many you can throw. The second biggest platform.
Can I just clarify something real quick? I promise you. Just let me get this out. And we can go back.
Not everybody's Magic Johnson, bro.
Listen, let me get this out.
So they gotta be John Stockton.
I want to get this out.
Maybe that's why you love Stockton so much.
What Dwayne, what y'all pulled up just now that said is A- is just YouTube.
Right.
That's all it is.
There's a very great.
It's just YouTube.
There's a great argument to be made that your syndication
boom
puts you in more homes than maybe any TV or anything.
We're in 90 markets,
100%,
150 countries.
Yeah,
we average. I think what did I say? It's actually like 5 million weekly listeners. So it's like a million daily listeners or something like that.
It's unbelievable.
When you take those numbers, you know, along with, and we're in 150 countries through the Armed Forces Network.
Right.
So when you take those numbers with YouTube, with the social media, Joe Rogan ain't fucking with us. But YouTube, we're both A-.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I was saying.
Right.
He's a podcast.
Right.
He's a podcast. And by the way, biggest podcast in the country. It's not even fucking close.
There we go. Maybe that's
big. I mean, it's not even close. Joe Rogan is the biggest podcast in the country.
What did you guys win at the podcast awards?
Like best urban podcast or some shit like that.
Oh, Breakfast Club won that. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
And I hosted that. Joe Rogan won an award too. Though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Joe Rogan won an award.
Okay, so
I could have shut that down, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. No, but I might now. But no, all jokes aside.
Yes, listen.
Clearly, because I'm gonna tell you something. Before you did it, Donnell did it.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask you the same thing I actually called Donnell to say.
Yeah.
I say, yo, is the Joe Rogan effect real?
Yeah, man.
And he was like, abso-goddamn-lutely.
It's fucking real.
He said, yo, there's nothing else I do other than Breakfast Club that has gotten me the reaction from people that shit did. So I'm asking you the same question.
100%.
The Joe Rogan effect is real.
Joe Rogan effect is real. The Breakfast Club effect is real. I mean, I remember I had shows that weekend at Gotham Comedy Club, and we sold out all 5 shows. I think all 5 shows were sold out. I mean, the most money I've ever made in a weekend doing comedy that weekend after going on Breakfast Club. And I asked you if I could go on to promote the shows. And that's just local.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I was immensely grateful for that. And just everything in general. But like, I hate that we turned this into a competitive thing because you're so competitive.
What Brilliant Idiots isn't competitive?
You're right. But like, I don't have any stake. Like, I want you both to win. You know what I mean? Like, I admire both of you, so I want both of these things to be. We're talking about, regardless, in my opinion, the 2 most influential platforms in the world.
Listen, your word matters.
It does.
You know? So I need to hear that. I need to hear that.
It does.
Not Joe Rogan is better.
This is not about better or worse. That's another thing.
No, it's bigger. I get it.
It's just numbers.
I get it.
Do you know what I mean? Like, look, the number 2 is a beautiful number. Like, it's got a nice curve in it.
Number 2's in the air if you did it on him. See, this was fucked up by having friends. But no, all jokes aside, and I'm not even. I mean this from the bottom of my fucking heart.
Yeah.
I'm ecstatic for Andrew Schulz.
Thank you, man.
Because another thing, when you talk about competition, I like to be right.
Yeah.
So when you got motherfuckers coming at me,
yeah.
Why the fuck you fuck with Andrew?
Yeah.
Get Andrew off the podcast. Andrew's this,
Every
Andrew's
day.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like now what?
Yeah.
Honestly, now what?
Yeah.
Like I've been trying to tell y'all this motherfucker's funny.
Yeah.
And by the way, you act like me and Andrew. It's been plenty of conversations. I'm like, Andrew, get to the funny.
Yeah,
You're a comedian. Like people don't even know you're a comedian. We had those conversations months of fucking ago.
Years
ago.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've done a great job of letting motherfuckers know, not only am I a comedian, I am, and I'm saying, this is Charlamagne saying, the best stand-up comic in the country today. And I'm saying that.
Cut that clip.
And that's the truth. I used to say top 5. You can go, Comedy Hype would run up on me, yo, who your favorite comedians? Mm-hmm. Never change. I mean, like who you talking about? Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock. I think Lil Duval's a great performer on stage. Mm-hmm. Andrew Schulz. And I always said Amanda Seales. I think Amanda's really dope on stage. Now I'm saying Andrew is the best when it comes to stand-up comedy on that stage. There is nobody better than Andrew Schulz. I'm talking about with them jokes.
Right.
Because I'm a wordsmith. I'm sitting there listening to these fucking bars. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about the stool fucking and the goddamn moonwalking. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about the bars. Andrew got them bars.
Yeah.
That's why I like Amanda. She got them bars. I like bars. Chappelle got them bars. Chris Rock got bars. That's what stand-up was about to me. It wasn't about nothing else.
Ideas, I
don't care about the animation and all. I don't care about none of that. What are my ideas about? You know what I mean?
No,
so I don't think there's nobody better than Andrew. That's a fact.
I mean that. I think that right there is the Joe Rogan effect.
What?
I went from top 5 to number 1.
I'm gonna pay some fucking bills. If you pay the bills, I'm gonna go pee and stop.
Dude, the bathrooms here are nice, but you gotta check them out at Rogan, man. They are so nice over there at Rogan. Oh, man. This podcast has been brought to you by, guys, you know the winter blues are coming to an end, all right? Which means it's finally time to get back into a routine that empowers you to feel your healthiest with Care Of. It can be really hard to know what vitamins or supplements you should be taking, but Care Of makes it easy to find out what you specifically need to be to have your healthiest mindset, body set, emotional set, etc. There's an online quiz that you can take. Okay, you just answer a few questions about your diet, health goals, and lifestyle choices, and you get your personal, scientifically backed vitamin and supplement recommendations in just 5 minutes. Okay, there are even vegan and vegetarian supplement options available to match your dietary needs. All right, I'm not gonna lie, vitamins have really helped me, man. I had a big problem with farting. And I took like some kind of like, I forget the name of it. Let me find out the exact name, but like it really helped with my farting. I stopped farting, and I stopped farting in a way that didn't smell. I used to have really smelly farts, and this took away the smell to my fart. All I'm saying is vitamins can help the issues that you personally might have. Maybe it's joint stuff. Maybe it's just overall health. So for 50% off your first month of personalized Care Of vitamins, go to takecareof.com and enter idiots50. That's takecareof.com and enter idiots50 for 50% off your first purchase, okay? Your first month of personalized Care Of vitamins.
Hey, salute to everybody in London too, man. I was in London last week.
How was London?
London was great, man. I love London. I got a lot of love for London.
What were you doing in London?
I can't say because I signed the NDA. I'll tell you off there maybe. But I was working.
Met with WikiLeaks?
Huh?
You met with WikiLeaks?
WikiLeaks is in London?
Yeah, I think, isn't Julian Assange, isn't he in like the
really?
El Salvadorian consulate in London or some shit?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, but go on.
No, I just like London, man, because, when you go out there, it's like sometimes when you're in America, you just forget that it's a whole other world out there. And I'm not even talking about a world like, the Caribbean. The Caribbean is more vacation, but when you go to like these places like the UK and
Yeah,
you see how they live on just a regular everyday basis, and they got their own scene, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
not going over there on your bougie American shit. Because when I go touch other cultures, I like to touch other cultures. I
Right.
like
get
for
in
my
there.
people to be like, yo, let me let you hear what's going on over here with this music. Let's go eat this food.
Yeah.
So it was just like a lot of dope shit I got put on. I got put on to this dude named Dave. He's a rapper. Actually, when I was there last week, he had like the #1 album in the country.
What's his name?
His name's Dave.
Just
Literally
regular
that's his
Dave.
rap name, Dave.
Yeah.
And he's got this song called Black. And it was
Very
dope.
simple with this guy.
Yeah, but it was dope because I'm like he's from the UK, but he's rapping about his experience as a black man
Right.
in the UK. And I was just like, that was very interesting. But he got the #1 song in the country, which was very dope because he beat he beat some group that's like always #1 over there that just put out a new album, and he beat them by like 100 copies. So it was like a huge.
He's indie rapper, or
I really don't know. I mean, he's signed. I mean, he's a rapper. I just don't know.
Right. Dave. I've never heard of.
Yeah,
him.
I don't know who Dave is. I don't know. I didn't even think about that.
Okay, so you're out there. You meet with this guy Dave.
I didn't meet with Dave. I don't even know Dave.
Oh, you just heard this song, Dave. So you just
Yeah.
put
My
on
man
to
put
new
me on
music.
this music.
Let me ask you a question. When you go to London, are you surprised that there's another country that has diversity like us? Like, whenever I travel, it seems so homogenous, right? And then I go to London, I'm like, oh shit, y'all got blacks and Asians and Indians too? It's just,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
that's why I
what
was
the
like, that's why I
fuck?
said the Dave song fucked me. And yo, pardon me if I sound ignorant on this shit. I mean, I just never thought about it. I just thought when you over there, they just all look at each other as British or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right,
but
right.
Nah, it is race over there
For sure.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, because they got a lot of Mediterraneans over there too, right?
Yeah, not all, but a lot of the blacks are from the Caribbean.
The Caribbean,
Right.
And a lot of Africans over there.
And then Africans, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I think like a lot of Jamaicans maybe moved back, because I think there was a time where if you were Jamaican, you could just live in England because you were part of the colonies or something like that.
Really?
I think that's why they have a big Jamaican population there.
I can't find Dave on title right now, but yeah, go check out that song "Black" by Dave. But just salute to London, man. I can't wait for y'all to see what I was working.
Can you
on.
give me an idea of what it was about?
Nah, I signed the NDA.
Wow, NDA.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Stormy Daniels over here.
But Stormy took advantage of a real cultural movement
Yeah.
to violate that NDA.
Yeah.
She took advantage of a cultural movement and the fact
Yeah.
that people were looking to bring down
Yeah.
Donald Trump to violate that NDA.
Right,
Under normal circumstances. And she still lost, by the way.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, let's not act like Stormy
do-
Daniels didn't lose.
She's doing stand up now.
Really? Got to get that money to pay
Bottom of the
Trump.
barrel, bro. Oh, man.
Why would she just go back to porn?
I think too old or something. She's tired, man. Probably doesn't get wet.
Yeah. Speaking of comics, what do we think about Jess Hilarious? Let's play the clip, Taylor. Let's play the clip so people know what we're talking about in case they haven't heard it.
This poor
Oh,
girl.
that's slight. Where you going? Where are you going? Feel me? If I'm scared, I'm scared. Fuck y'all. Fuck how y'all feel. Y'all mad at me because I don't side with every other black person. Because I don't side with every other race. Fuck y'all. I feel how I feel. I felt threatened, and that was it. Fuck y'all. And I'm not flying there. We were evacuated, bitch. Why? Why? With no reason explained at all. No technical difficulties or nothing. Y'all gonna listen to Just With the Mess one day. Cause my news is real. So how ironic is it that we boarded the same plane and I don't see those people? Yeah, we're fully boarded. Eat my ass. I'm just the mess. And my news be real. Tune in.
The best response was there is this Sikh. Okay, so let's acknowledge one thing. Sikh or Sikhs are the people who wear the turbans, okay? They're not Muslim. They're Sikh.
So let's tell people what happened then.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I thought you were going to play the clip.
I mean, I'm still going to play the clip, but basically Jess Hilarious was at the airport.
Right.
She saw a
Sikh.
Sikh.
Or Sikh, as they would pronounce it.
Sikh.
S-I-K-H.
Yes. She saw him in line. I think this might have been a day after the New Zealand attack.
Yes.
The mosque getting shot up. Rest in peace to everybody that
R.I.P., man. Yeah.
murdered in that. But she saw him and she filmed him, and then she did what she always does, and she goes, "Ah!" And she said she was scared.
Right.
And then she came back, and we can play this clip too. She came back and said, look, they got kicked off the plane, so all of y'all that was upset with me for saying I was scared, kissed my ass.
Right.
Yeah. And they destroyed her on social
As they
media.
should have. I mean, there's a comic, I forgot his name, but he called her the Mile High Barbecue Becky.
Jesus Christ.
Because that is some barbecue Becky. That's some super white shit.
That was a white collar crime.
Like super.
Yeah, that was a white collar crime.
You know,
absolutely.
And basically, like, okay, so just to break shit down, if you ever see somebody wearing a turban, right, they're Indian and they're Sikh.
Except for Nick Cannon, which is so crazy to me that Jess worked on Wild 'N Out all those years. Never once were you afraid of Nick Cannon.
No.
Nick Cannon is the person we should be afraid of, because why the fuck is he wearing the turban? We know why the Sikhs are wearing it.
You want to know why
Why
it
is Nick Cannon wearing it?
Hair plugs.
Hair plug.
He's letting that shit settle, bro. He's letting that shit settle nice, bro.
He gonna come out with a fire hairline on the next season of Wild 'N Out.
Curls. He got straight ones.
Okay.
So she goes. So the Sikh people. It's actually pretty dope history. Like if you ever have an Uber driver, for example, has like a or you see an Indian guy wearing the metal bracelet. It's a metal bracelet, right? It's called a katta, I think it is. And what it stands for is, like, in their culture, they were the warrior class. So that used to be a sheath that they would wear on their whole forearm to, like, block someone with a sword trying to strike at them. So, like, these people come from some badass fucking history, the Sikh people, right? But so if you ever see an Indian wearing that, like, small metal bracelet, they're usually Sikh, even if they don't have the turban. Gotcha. And there are different things that they have, right? They don't cut their beards, and they're not supposed to cut their hair, and they wear that turban to kind of wrap it all up.
So they're not even Muslims?
Not even Muslims.
Okay.
No, they are Sikh. Sikh is their religion, right? Gotcha. And yeah, man, it's just like she had no clue what the fuck that is, and it was just like typical ignorance. And you know what? Here's the reality: is like people are ignorant.
And this is my thing. Like,
you want to know some crazy shit? So there's this bit I'm doing about blackface now in my new hour, right? Or my new set that I'm building up, right? Oh man, wait,
edgy hezzy.
When we get off air, I'm going to tell you about the white privilege joke. This is anyway. And I've noticed something interesting is I'll bring up the topic of blackface, and of course, all the black people in my crowd know what that is, right? And one show, I think we're in Connecticut, right? We're in Connecticut, and I was like, do you guys know what blackface is? Because I saw some white people looked a little puzzled, right? And they're like, no. And I go, oh shit. I took for granted that I know what blackface is. There are white people that don't know what blackface is. So some, not all, but there are some white people that are putting on blackface truly not aware of the racist history.
One of my rules for life is give people the credit they deserve for being stupid, including yourself.
And so here's the situation with Jess Hilarious, where we're ripping Jess Hilarious, and she should know better, she should know more, but we also have to step back and be like, hey, people are ignorant. There's a reason the term ignorance exists. It's because people are that.
Yes.
So
in the 5% teachings, they say, be patient in matters where others are involved.
Right.
Because there was a time that you who know knew not.
Knew not. That's good. That's good.
It's the truth. And listen, and I thought about this too. Jess, and it's always interesting when something happens to a friend. Like I call it, Jess is my friend. Like, that's my little, I call her little sis. So it's always interesting when something happens with somebody you know, because it makes you take a step back.
Because you know who they are.
I know who they are.
Right.
When it's like those white collar crimes, barbecue Becky and all them, I'm on their ass, right?
Yeah.
But if I probably knew them, I'd be like, well, she's not really like that. Yeah. So I had to take a step back, and I talked to Jess about it, right? And it made me think about this.
What if that lady lost her whole family in like a barbecue fire? Right? Like we don't even know. Like, what if she's looking at this black family like they could die? Like let me help them. I'm just.
Now we calling her barbecue Becky. Just keep making her relive the trauma over and over again.
I lost my Aunt Becky in that barbecue.
Well, listen. So my thing is this, right? When it comes to Islamophobia, when it comes to homophobia, when it comes to, racism, when it comes to sexism, right? Sometimes shouldn't we try to get to the root of why people are that way. Like when I saw Jess, and this is what I mean by that. I'm not saying in all cases, but in Jess's cases in particular.
Yeah.
She said, I am afraid, right?
Yeah.
So when I spoke to her, she said, yo, Shaw, I've been afraid since 9/11. That's literally what she said to me. She's from the DMV area.
Right.
They was affected by 9/11. She was like, I've been afraid since 9/11. She said, every time I turn on the news, they telling me about Muslims blowing up things and yada, yada, yada. When I was in London, they was like, yo, there was a mass murder, a Muslim mass murder. Immediately, what you think I thought?
Yeah, you thought terror attack.
I thought it was a terror attack by Muslims.
By a white guy.
Until I thought it was Muslims who committed a terror act.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Until I actually looked at the story and I'm like, oh, a mosque got shot up and it was a mass murder of Muslims. You know what I'm saying? So when she said that to me, I was like, okay, I get it. I understand. Now, does America do a good job of fear-mongering when it comes to Muslims? Yes. Yeah. Does it do a good job of fear-mongering when it comes to Islam? Yes. Guess what? Some people buy into it.
Does it also do a good job of fear-mongering when it comes to blacks?
Absolutely.
So
this reminded me of when Mark Cuban was on that show.
Yeah.
And Mark Cuban was like, yo, sometimes I'm walking down, I don't want to misquote him. He was like, sometimes I'm walking down the street and I see a black guy coming to me in a hoodie. I cross the street, whatever. Like, yes, that was an honest statement, but America has done a great job of fear-mongering when it comes to black people.
Yes.
Great job of fear-mongering when it comes to Muslims. Now they're doing a great job of fear-mongering when it comes to Mexicans. Like, it just is what it is.
Right.
I told y'all this before. I saw a Muslim get tackled to the ground so goddamn crazy.
Right. Who was Hillary was here or something?
We interviewed Hillary for the second time. That's when we had Stevie Wonder come sing for Hillary. Not sure Rogan has ever had Hillary. Not sure if Rogan ever had Stevie Wonder come sing for Hillary.
Absolutely.
Not sure about that. But
I will be honest. Stevie Wonder, when he was here, did think he was at the Rogan podcast.
Shut up.
So that is that's how they got him here. That's how they got him here. So that is a fact. That is.
So when Hillary was leaving, Hillary was in her caravan, right?
Right.
This was the dumbest shit I ever thought. And I said this on this podcast.
Yeah, it's a crazy story.
This Muslim. By the way, I don't know what he was. I just know he was Muslim of some sort. I don't know what, but he rode up on a bike.
Yeah.
In the middle. He came in the caravan.
Yeah.
When I say every car door on every one of those cars except for the president's opened up and all you heard was and it, like, they tackled his ass to the goddamn ground. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, does he know he's Muslim in New York City? And a presidential candidate, former Secretary of State, former First Lady, just walked out and got into those caravans. Why would you ever think that? You got to be aware, right?
Right.
Like, as a black man, I'm aware.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain things I might take my hoodie off, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain things I'm going to do to just try to protect myself because I don't know what the perception of me is.
Yeah.
So we're not going to sit here and act like people don't have that perception of Muslims. Is it warranted? No.
Right.
But it's there.
It is there.
Now, how do we get to the root of that and let people know it's not what you think?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference between Muslim, radical, extremists, terrorists, and just everyday people that are Muslims and practice Islam.
100%. Yeah.
How do we do that?
I think it comes from stories. You know, I think a lot of times we learn about who people are and how much we relate to them from stories. You know, like there's a comic named Rami Youssef that's got a show that's coming out, and he's a really funny young comic, and he's pushing, and I really like him, and it's going to be on Hulu, and it's his like struggle with God and him trying to find God. He's a Muslim kid, right? Mm-hmm. But I think what you're going to see in it, and I've seen a little bit of it, I think what you're going to see in it is like a very relatable story about a group of people that you know nothing about.
Boom.
And then once you connect to it, it's like what the Cosbys were for a lot of white America, right? You saw this family that was shockingly similar to your family, and then you started seeing black people after that and going, oh yeah, maybe they're just like the Cosbys.
Yeah. Perception matters. Media matters,
Media matters. Now, it has to be authentic. It can't be forced down our throats, right? It has to be true, real stories, and then we fucking connect with it. It's like a lot. Dude, in the way that Larry David connects with people that look nothing like him, right? I know dudes who are like pretty hood that fuck with Larry David.
But because funny is funny, by the way.
And it's authenticity, right? It's so real. So like, I think when you have a situation with Jess, I think we could do a better job of maybe just like kind of teaching everybody. The problem is when the stakes are as high as terrorism and the stakes are as high as racism with blacks specifically in America, lives get lost, right?
Yeah,
so it's like you got a lot of black kids that were killed because of the same fear that Jess had.
I mean, 51 Muslims got killed because of the same fear Jess had a day before in New Zealand.
Right,
so,
right. So it's like there's we know a lot of stories of black kids who are just walking and chilling.
Trayvon Martin.
So it's like
absolutely.
so Jess got to be aware of that, of what she's putting out, and has to understand that, like, if you say terrorism, you don't know who's on that plane. You know what I mean? And if you're on the street and you say that shit, you don't know if somebody's got their daughter right next to them. You got your daughter right next to you, and you see a person, they go, "That's a terrorist." You think they're gonna blow up your daughter?
Listen,
you're pulling out.
Call Wax in here. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Promise you.
Yeah.
If Wax is on the plane,
yeah,
and somebody says some, matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna let him say it. I've been in these spaces. I've seen this, right? I've seen him almost react just because he don't know, and somebody may say some shit like that. Because if you say terrorist around him, he's gonna knock somebody out and ask questions later.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? That's just him. Like, what? He don't know no better.
Yeah.
He has no idea.
Yeah.
Watch this. Watch. We've had these. This is what I'm saying. We got to stop acting like certain people haven't had these discussions. We've had these discussions.
Right.
Still let Mama talk. The Roxy. Oh, now he's not coming. He said, yeah, the Roxy's a block away. Anyway, trust me. Let me ask you a question. Seriously.
Yo, Wax is fucking.
I think I asked you this.
What is that?
Because I was asking all my people from New York this.
Do I find Jess Hilarious funny?
No.
Okay.
Did you ever feel that way after 9/11?
About Muslims?
Yeah.
No, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I didn't feel that way about I didn't feel that way about Muslims. I thought that, like, and we've had discussions on the podcast, and I've had, I got like my Muslim group chat going, so I've like learned a lot about Islam through that. And what I wanted to understand is outside of like geopolitical forces, like outside of like American intervention in these certain places and European intervention, like outside of that, is there anything about the religion that allows this type of behavior in a way that other religions don't, right? Like terrorism, this kind of shit like that. Because you do see terrorism exist in other places, right? Like the Irish had a horrible terrorism problem, and nobody's more Catholic and religious than the Irish, right? So it's not specific to that, but you do see a lot of it in there. So I was trying to like understand the religion. I think the religion's inception happened in times of war, so there's like a little bit more leeway to retaliation, right? I think it's like the religion stresses peace. Do not do anything to anybody. The most thing that
Islam means peace.
Islam means peace, right?
Someone who
turn the other cheek.
Muslim means someone who's in submission to the will of God.
Exactly, right? So it's like do whatever you can to not hurt that person, right?
Some of the most peaceful people you will ever meet in your life.
100%. But there is something in the religion that basically says like, but if somebody does something to you, you can clap back, right? And I think in a weird way, not in a weird way, that's kind of what we teach our kids. It's like, don't fuck up anybody. Don't go out and bully people. Don't do anything. But if someone hits you,
you hit them back. Yeah.
So, but what happens is when you get like these fucked up radical groups, they take that, you can hit them back. And now they're to the extreme. And they look at the intervention from these other Western countries and the way they're, oppressing these people and go, well, that's a hit.
Yeah.
You can't say that's not it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, it's a tricky situation.
I will say, and my first time I ever got on a plane was 2002.
Right.
I'd be lying to you if I didn't get on that plane and I was terrified. And what I was terrified of was a potential terrorist attack. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know where the terrorist attack was coming from, but I knew what the media was telling me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I didn't have a picture in my mind of what that looks like. I was just scared of a terrorist attack. So much so that when I finally moved to New York, they was like, yo, the next big terror attack is going to be on the trains. You think I've been on the train since? And this was 2007. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it. So I can see where the fear mongering works. Right. Is all I'm saying.
So how do you get over that? Like how does somebody like you that you already struggle with anxiety, how do you...
Rationality.
Go.
Logic, right? Meaning like, How many terror attacks has it been on American soil
Right.
by Muslims?
Right.
How many?
Very few.
One. That I only know 9/11.
I think the shooting in the club.
Oh my God.
It's okay. It's okay. Nobody heard it. 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 Nobody heard it.
That's an indictment against the whole Philadelphia educational system. My God, Taylor.
Charlamagne goes, how many attacks have been caused by brothers?
America.
American history. She goes, the New Zealand one.
New Zealand.
Yo, man. She been in Aruba too much.
My God.
Okay, but and then I think the nightclub shooting, and I think there was another shooting in San Bernardino. I mean, look, there's been certain ones that have happened, right?
Yeah. But I'm saying...
But that's not an indictment on all Islam. That's the thing.
There you go.
You cannot take this... We're talking about billions of people, right?
Yes.
We're talking about billions of people.
Yes.
Right? And we're talking about a handful of these instances.
Yes.
Right?
So that's what my therapist tells me. My therapist is always like, yo, you got to deal with the logic of some situations.
Yes.
Like, I can understand why you feel that way, but when you actually look at the possibility of this happening to you, it's very few and very, very, very far between. So I guess it just goes back to the old adage, don't let one bad apple spoil a bunch. Right? So don't let one bad incident that's a terrible incident that will probably leave trauma forever, which will leave trauma forever and leave a stain forever. Don't let that fucking, make you feel that way about all Muslims for the rest of your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's interesting that I've noticed about Muslims is that they do their own thing. So the assumption is that they're not welcoming, but they're incredibly welcoming. They're just not going to force it on you.
No.
And I mean, anymore. Ask people a few 100 years ago, they might be like, yeah, it was a lot of force. But now it's just like, yeah, this is where we operate through the mosque, and this is where we pray, and this is where we have our, we break fast and everything like that, right? But if you want to see what that is about and you're curious, they're very welcoming to
Go have
that.
a conversation.
Yeah, so it's like, the assumption a lot of times is when people have something that's different in their own, that they want to keep people out. And it's not the case. So if you are curious, go to the mosque.
Go to the mosque.
Literally talk to an imam.
Yeah.
And they'll answer your questions.
Absolutely.
They're going to bring you in for food. You're going to wash your hands and feet. It's a pretty unreal experience.
Absolutely.
And
But I think that's like that with any culture, though. I mean, any you can have any extremist in any group.
Yes.
That'll make it look like the whole culture is fucked up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
it don't take much.
Look at white people.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I don't know. The way I look at white people is like, the majority of us don't want the world to be fucked up. The majority of us don't like these races. The majority of us don't want more equity for everybody. Like, I want to, as a competitive person, I want to compete with the best.
There's just so many of y'all.
It's a lot of us.
You just don't know what the majority is. Like, I mean, you split y'all up, it could be 33% that want the fucking, the bullshit, and then another 33% that's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? So it's just like,
And once we start becoming the minority, we just add more people to the whiteness.
That's not happening.
Nah,
I know they talking about 2045, but I already see the plan in effect. White man ain't playing. Like, he ain't playing.
Well, we bringing on the Chinese. We're grooming them right now.
Making some of the Hispanics white in the census. I see what the fuck's going on.
It's slow.
The Muslim ban, the wall. I see what the fuck's going on.
You think we used to think Italians were white?
Italians used to get mad at that.
Numbers used to
slowly but surely. I'm hearing Italians like, oh yeah, I'm white.
Bro, Irish people we didn't even consider white.
I'm peeping the shit.
Irish people weren't considered white back in the day, and that's the whitest of people.
I see what the fuck's going on. This transracial shit. That little girl on Dr. Phil, social experiment.
Ooh, the
You're
black
gonna have
chick.
black people checking off white on the census box.
Wow.
Watch, because it's the perception of power. That's what you. At the end of the day, you want the perception of power.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. If these Mexicans still have babies like they do, we're gonna bring black people into the fold.
See what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Everybody's white except for them.
Exactly. God, listen, we got to recruit, baby.
I can see that shit happening. I can see that shit happening. Now, Wax, you've been on a plane, right? Have you ever been in a position like Jess Hilarious?
Yes.
I mean, but that's not only just Muslims. I was also like white boys, and I'm like, all right, he better act up.
Oh, by the way, that's a good point. White boys in trench coats been looking at y'all sideways for a long motherfucking time. Called the police on quite a few of y'all.
Yeah, word up. I ain't calling the cops on you. I was just waiting to knock you the fuck out if you act up. It was actually the last time I wanted to beat somebody up on the plane. The dude was black.
He was black.
Yeah,
he was black.
I was gonna be because he was
black and drunk, and he was scaring the shit out of everybody on the fucking.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that shit. I don't give a fuck who you are.
He was sitting behind me, and I'm like, I feel like because I've been attacked by slow people before, right? Like for whatever reason, slow people love fucking approaching me. I don't know if it's like, do they see something in me like on Bird Box? Like I promise you. So. I was in fucking Island Spice in Teaneck, New Jersey the other day. I'm in line. One of the slow guys is in there with his aide or whatever. Yeah. Slow guy, he was just sitting there like this the whole time. He turned around and goes, "Don't I know you from somewhere?" I'm like, "No." He was like, you was up the street and this. And I'm like, "Hey, aide." Excuse me, aide. You know what I'm saying? And the aide had to get him. I'm like, I've been in this position before. I've been attacked by 3 slow people in my life. All jokes aside. Yeah. So this guy was slow and he was behind me. So I'm thinking this dude about to.
I don't think he was slow. I think he was just too drunk.
He was drunk, but I couldn't tell. He was wilding, bro. Like running up. I gotta get off the plane right now.
No,
like,
we don't do that.
No. Listen, it's all on you. It's all on you.
I don't play that. No, bro.
I'm going to get you.
I don't play that.
I'm one of the people. This is a library. Act like this is a library.
Bro.
Everybody go to sleep. Shut up. I don't play. If you acting up too much, I don't care if you arguing with your girl. I don't give a fuck about girl problems. Quiet right now.
Remember when they dragged the Asian dude out the plane? Yeah. And it made a big deal? It's like.
We was on the ground though. In the air is totally different.
No, we was on the air when that dude was wilding.
No, when he was doing, I'm just saying, right there was on the ground.
I'm saying when they dragged him off the plane, it's like, I don't care. Get off the plane, bro. Like, we're not going to cause a fuss.
I forgot why he got dragged off.
Because they oversold a plane or something with his seat. But it's like,
got you.
Why you?
I got to go.
I'm sitting there like, why you want to be on the plane so bad? Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you need to get done on this plane?
Well, you probably want to get somewhere like you do want to get somewhere.
An hour later, there's a flight. You go to New York. You going to get a flight in an hour.
They might not have offered him a voucher. They
offered him the whole thing.
Oh, they gave him the whole thing?
Yeah. But he's like, I gotta hear it. And I was like, what do you mean you gotta? It ain't no gotta. If they ask you to get off the plane, it's no question.
And they give you $1,000 a hotel room,
and you say no,
and you don't say no.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
I'm like, what are you doing Wednesday? I'm asking questions about the future.
I didn't know y'all perceived that way,
son.
Yeah,
really?
Hell yeah.
Why you want to be on a plane so bad?
You get a hotel room too? Oh, you better shut the fuck up.
Come on, for me, I just like to get home. You know, I don't like to stay nowhere.
I can find some pussy.
Yeah,
in that
Wax
town.
don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Wax got
pussy in that area.
$1,000 voucher, huh? Stay over. Where we at? Wisconsin? Oh, I'll find something to do. You know.
Wisconsin.
We was somewhere. This motherfucker said,
"Chill out."
What was they here? Was it Alabama?
What you about to say?
We were somewhere odd.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Man, I'ma chill, man. They offering free flights and this and that." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here." Where the fuck was we at? It was someplace odd, bro. And I was like, "Why you want to stay here?"
No, bro. What are you talking about? The fucking plane was sideways. They had to do emergency landing. He want to get back on the plane.
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I got on. I was out. I had to get on.
That's the thing. It's like
the computer got fucked up. He talking about I'm going back. I'm like, fam, listen, get us another fucking flight or something.
You know what it is?
Another plane.
It's easy to be progressive, like when your life's not on the line. But like when your life is on the line, like all of your bigotedness come out. Like I remember when we did a skydiving sketch for Guy Code, not even sketch. Like I went skydiving, and they tried to give me like this little girl who weighed 100 pounds. And I was like,
was strapped to you?
I'm like, come on, yo.
Yeah, she can't do nothing for you. But man, that's what you want, though.
Like, you really like?
You rather that?
Like, what if I do like this? I headbutt you, then we die.
No.
Right? It's like, come on, bro.
How much experience did she have? Though?
Say what?
How much experience did she have?
Give me a guy who's 200 pounds with the same amount of experience.
You just want a guy behind you. Her behind you is good.
Say what?
Her being behind you. So if you do hit the ground, you ain't gonna hit the ground that hard because she's light.
Yeah, but I go right through her. If I at least have a guy that's it's more padded, everything is better about that. It's like if you hire someone to move your furniture and then some little girl comes, you're like, oh, we about to be here all fucking.
All she got to do is pull a string.
We should do that to test Wax's homophobia.
What's that?
I'm not doing that shit.
Let him jump out of plane.
Nope.
With a guy, right? And let the guy's dick get hard.
Hell yeah. That's what happened with me. But his dick didn't get hard.
Let the guy let him go just a little bit.
Yeah.
See Wax do this. See Wax reach back, grab the guy, and pull him into him.
I got a whole joke about that exact experience, to be honest. Yeah.
That's probably one of the reasons why I don't want to skydive. If I could do it by myself, I'd probably do it. But knowing that guy got to be behind me, not doing that shit.
Damn, how homophobic he is.
I don't want to hear that
Christ.
shit.
Man, when you gotta live,
boys homophobic too. This one, I'm like,
bro.
what is he homophobic?
All right, how about this? Right, let's say you're about to fall off a cliff, right?
Who you
And then
talking about?
someone
Adrien Broner.
Man, shut up.
let's say you're about to fall off a cliff, right? And someone's about to
it's
save
kinda
you.
out of
Wax.
control. He probably do out of control things to kill him, but
Did you hear the Adrien Broner clip?
Nah, what happened?
Let me play you the Adrien Broner clip, and you tell me.
All right. In the meantime, I want to ask you this. Okay, so let's say you're hanging off the side of a cliff, and you're about to fall off the cliff, and then you see someone coming to help you, right?
Right.
And then instead of extending his hand, he just pulls his cock out.
It's dumb.
Now,
I said it's a fucking game. I'm gonna jump.
you rather die than use his cock as a rope and pull yourself back up to safety.
That's stupid.
You better grab that motherfucker's cock.
I'm grabbing that dick so fucking fast,
I get it.
bro.
You understand? Where's the fucking
kidding me?
ropes at? Where's your arm?
No arms. He got no arms. All he got is
You grab
his
his leg.
dick. No. Nah, all he got is dick, bro. That's all he got.
Why? This is what you stopped this great conversation for.
No, listen.
Go.
And you got to insert this. Listen to this.
PSA. I don't know what type of on, but look, if any punk come run up on me, trying to touch me on all that, I'm letting you know right now. If I ain't got my gun on me, I'm knocking you out. If I got my gun on me, I'm shooting your face. That's on God now. I'm not playing with none of these.
He's saying this because
I'm like, this is a PS.
Because the gay guy tried to holler at him. Now, Wax, you said
No, he didn't.
Did he
say
sexually
that.
assault him?
He said, "Touch me" on that clip. That's what
that's
you said.
sexual assault. You can't just go touching people.
You said that's homophobic for what he said right there. Anything else? I don't know what else happened if he was homophobic about anything else, but that clip right there, I wouldn't say that.
That's sexual assault, bro. You can't
Period.
go
You're
up
not
and just
putting your
touch
hands
people's
touching me.
bodies. It's like, come on, yeah.
I'm not about that. You bugging.
Yeah.
You said I'm going to punch you. If I got my gun, I'm going to shoot you.
Bro,
Hey, yo,
that's
if I'm
an
smoking
extreme
weed,
reaction.
you put crack
But
in-
like
Come
you
on,
can't
bro.
sexually assault someone unless you have like, a acting role or something that you could provide them with. You know what I mean? You need to have
It
some
only
sort of...
feels like that because the guy is gay.
Of course.
Yeah, so that was a homophobic rant.
I'm crackophobic because if somebody put crack in my motherfucking weed, I'ma fuck you up. I'ma do you dirty. You cannot fucking touch this man. This guy said.
You know what it is, bro?
Listen.
Now, you know what this is? We're not allowed to value our bodies as men. That's what it
can't.
is. We're not allowed
Let
to
a
value
girl
our
do that.
bodies.
A girl
so
can
if,
shoot 'em.
if a girl comes up and touches your dick, you're supposed to rub that off. If a guy comes up and touches your dick, you're supposed to rub that off. But if a woman, anybody goes and touches them, if another
can
girl
shoot his
comes up
ass.
and grabs a girl's pussy, a lesbian grabs a straight chick's pussy, she can
okay.
swing on her.
But that's what I said about Adrien. I said you got to treat a gay man trying to holler at you the way you would treat a girl
ugly
you're
girl.
not interested in. Word
Yeah.
up.
No.
'Cause if a girl
the way a girl treat a guy who's not. If a guy touch a girl butt, she could turn around and knock him the fuck
Hook
out.
off,
and we
bro.
gonna say that's what he deserves. He better not touch no lady.
So if a guy grab your butt, you gonna punch him.
I'm gonna knock him the fuck out. You
I ain't
crazy?
never see you knock out none of them dudes that slapped your ass when you played football.
Stop playing.
Yo.
Them dudes used to
This
slap the
guy's out of
fuck out
control.
your ass. I never seen you
Oh,
play
wait,
football.
you see them grab my ass?
Yes,
Wow,
I seen that shit. Good play. Like, I used to see that shit all the fucking
Real
time.
talk.
Ain't
You
nobody
never-
touching your ass
Bullshit.
that much.
Yo.
It's backhand and shit
Ain't,
like
ain't
that.
no
Nah,
backhand.
that was fingertips,
Palm,
bro.
palm.
No. It's not,
I've
you
seen
ever-
it.
no.
Yo, you ever got sporked?
I don't know what that is.
You know what that is.
I really don't.
That's when you're in the scrum and they try to stick their fingers
Listen, I
in your
went to
butthole.
all black college, and they like my first college.
got
I
that
went to,
spork, bro.
No, they was bringing the football team together. You remember? I
Right.
was the first year of the football team.
Yeah.
and they brought all the fucking thugs and hood dudes.
Wax, where'd you
None
grad-
of them knuckleheads
What
was
school
out
you
here
went
doing
to?
that.
Where'd you graduate from?
Benedict.
Benedict. You know what I'm saying?
Benedict. Benedict,
That was an alley-oop.
Wow.
What the fuck I'm saying?
That's crazy.
I'm trying to tell you.
Oh man!
Wow.
Listen.
All the schools that accepted you, you took that one, huh?
Yes, he did.
Nobody said I had a 0.6 GPA.
Jesus Christ.
How you get a zero?
Yo, how Trump GPA higher than yours? God
Now they
damn.
just let me go through school. You know they was just like, fuck it. Yeah. I was putting thumbtacks in people's chairs, so it was just like they had to get me the fuck out of there.
See, that No Child Left Behind shit, man. Fuck the equals.
Sometimes you gotta leave them behind,
Sometimes you
bro.
gotta leave motherfuckers
You gotta
the
leave
I
fuck
the
played
child
ball for
behind.
him though. I did something for the school.
Did you graduate?
I graduated high school. That's what I'm saying. I did something.
What
from
about
high
graduated college?
Yeah, I graduated.
I was there.
Got the degree. I got the degree from college, but in high school I got a 0.6 GPA. In
How do you graduate?
He got his ass
8.6.
slapped on stage too.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. And I'll tell you what the fuck happened. They announced his name, right?
No.
And nobody knew it was him except his family.
Right.
Me and his family, right? All the girls like, why didn't they call Herman's name? Why didn't they call Logan's name? Why didn't they call Terrell's
Paul
name?
Terrell.
Sean, like, I'm like, what the fuck? When he got off, I don't know who the dude was. He's like, good job,
Never
Swift.
fucking smacked my shit.
Yes, he did.
Never.
Yes,
Ain't nobody
he did.
smacked me. He knows
Did
better.
he? Did your butt cheeks open a little?
No, listen. I did. What's up? You talk about this shit. I'm holding a fucking mic like this. Is this a fucking setup?
Yeah. What?
This whole shit.
What? You never had an ice cream cone or a dick?
All right, come on. Paige, you gotta text me and shit like this. You know, right?
The moral of the story is, though,
He's still holding it. Now it's soft.
bend the dick back. Bend it back. There you go. Bend it back.
This is a crazy episode. Man. What you want me to do? And she over here like, up. T Diddy, man. Do y'all call her T Diddy too?
Oh, that's T Diddy.
That's T Diddy.
Last night was amazing at the US screening.
What happened? What happened?
Jesus.
Because, you know, I have a very diverse
This guy is
group of
crazy.
people that I fuck with, you know what I'm saying? So it was like one section of the theater
Yeah.
where all the gay guys decided to sit
Just
at. It's
decided to
actually
control.
kind of amazing
Right.
how groups of people gravitate towards each
Towards
other.
each
Because
other,
I don't think they knew that they were all gay.
Nobody.
By the way, even some of the women were sitting in that section that were lesbians.
Yeah, it was out of control. That's what I'm saying.
But
So
guess
is
who else?
that the corner? That,
Self-segregated.
But guess who else was over there?
Aruba?
No, not Cheeks.
Benedict?
There you
no,
go.
I'm gonna say, listen. Just like and when I'm in the plane, I want the extra leg room.
Yeah.
I get the seat where it got the steps, so I can stretch my legs out.
Right.
Ain't my fault that everybody was around me who
They
just
sat by you to stretch their legs out too. It was their goddamn third leg, all right? All right?
Yo, I text him like, yo, hold on, man. This dude is too big to be eating ice cream. I mean, eating popcorn like this.
Ice cream? You thinking about dick? Dick, bro.
No, man, no.
You out here thinking about
I'm just saying,
dick,
he
bro.
was just too big to be eating. I mean, fucking popcorn. What the
You
fuck?
got dick on the brain,
Yo,
bro.
ice cream cocks would be amazing.
stop.
this summer.
Bro,
Listen,
yeah.
You get the cone
Listen.
and have the ice cream in the shape of a penis. They probably already got that.
Bro, a lollycock.
Lollycock. Oh,
Nah,
lollycock.
but he was
Lollycock.
big as hell. But he was eating the popcorn.
He was
like
what?
This. He was big as hell. I'm saying, like a big dude. He was eating popcorn like this, and I'm like. I hear Sean like, yo, what's going on? Because he's screaming. He's going crazy.
Yeah.
He's got his hand in his popcorn and asking him, is it scary? Is the fucking show? Man.
He definitely texted me and said, everybody sitting around me is gay. I said, you should feel right at home. All right? Okay. And then I told Taylor, I said, Taylor, take a picture. All right? Okay.
Listen, I told her to get her ass over and we switching to something. Let's go.
Oh,
What's
no.
going on?
They saw a lot of switching in that section, and they said it was coming from you when you walked by to get your goddamn
Man,
ice cream.
yeah, all
Damn,
right.
bro.
I didn't know it was going. It was just crazy. I ain't had no problem. I enjoyed the movie, but it was like,
Right.
all right, just like, whoa, okay. This is going on right now. Like
Yeah.
everybody's unbelievable. Like I didn't know that was like the little section to the right. If y'all go to the movie theater, I never go to the movie theaters. Nobody want to take me on a
I
date.
love it when people
You know
use the
what I'm
word
saying? But that little
unbelievable
top right
in very
area
believable areas.
it's like a little area for the gay people, I guess.
There was 9
It was
gay
not
people.
an area for the gay people. It was a
unbelievable.
movie theater. There's no gay section in the
I
movie
don't
theater.
go there, so I'm asking. I'm not telling y'all what it is, but it just so happened that day
You thought it was a gay section in the movie theater?
It was you.
How?
You attract gay men. You are a gay man magnet.
What you were saying?
And I think it's amazing.
You're up. Nah.
Go ahead, just say it. No, I want you to say. I thought you were saying something else.
I was gonna say magnet different.
Listen, what you were saying next? You got something now? Nothing, right?
No. I mean, mag on the play, but you know, it's a little football reference, but you know, that's all. Nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Friendly game of mag football.
Definitely a foul. Definitely a foul.
Football.
Good job. So this is what I got called in here for?
Let's pay some bills, man. All right. Turn your dream into a reality with Squarespace. Squarespace makes it easier than ever to launch your passion project. Whether you're looking to start a new business, showcase your work, publish content, sell products, and more, Squarespace is the tool for you. With beautiful templates created by world-class designers and the ability to customize just about anything with a few clicks, you can easily make a beautiful website yourself. Squarespace's powerful e-commerce functionality lets you sell anything online, and analytics helps you grow your site in real time. Everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box, and there's nothing to patch or upgrade ever, okay? Buying domains is simple, and you'll get the help you need with Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support. Squarespace empowers millions of people, from designers to lawyers, artists to gamers, even restaurants and gyms, to turn great ideas into something real. Head to squarespace.com/idiot for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use the offer code IDIOT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/idiot, offer code IDIOT. Did you see Taylor's cheeks on the gram?
Bro.
What you thought? Not to objectify her or anything.
No, we're not going to
I was
objectify.
disgusted.
You were disgusted.
Disgusted.
It's weird. It's like seeing your sister naked.
I'm like,
man.
look at my niece just showing the fuck off, setting thirst traps for what?
Did you?
Who is this for?
Yeah, who was it for?
Why?
Did you catch some cock?
Oh, she had a mic ready.
Yeah,
T. Diddy is back. Holy shit.
That's why I call her T. Diddy.
Diddy is motherfucking.
Oh, you got to see her on our show.
Wow,
Oh,
she
my
got
God.
a clip on.
Oh, my God. She's
Holy
red.
shit,
What'd I
T.
say?
Diddy.
T. Diddy?
To me.
T. Diddy got a
Now you
clip
see
on.
why?
All right, so
Wow.
yes,
Come over here.
yes.
Hands
over
free.
here.
Hands free.
Come over here.
T.
You don't need
Diddy
that.
got
She
a
can hold that.
fucking
He can
clip
hold
on.
that. He can hold that.
Take that. Take
Look
that.
at you looking like you're supposed to be on the millennial tour.
Why do you need both mics?
I don't.
Take that. Take that.
You got two mics.
Just
T.
here, you
Diddy?
hold that, Dwayne, and she'll just be fine over here. You don't need
Two
that.
mics.
Yeah.
But
It's,
look
oh,
at
it's
you.
connected. Oh, it is connected.
Yeah.
Oh, my
This
bad.
has to stop.
Hands free.
Look.
Take away the microphone and
Yo,
just give
don't
me
you know
the
the
Zoom.
first time I ever seen
Take
that
out
was Diddy?
Take out the mic.
Diddy
Just
was the
give me
first
Zoom.
time I ever seen that shit.
He just gave it to me.
That little mic.
I can't
So-
believe you got a clip on mic.
There you go. I got you.
So this is cool. All right. So
Oh my God.
what was the question?
The question was, why'd you have?
Why was you
Why did
being
you do that?
nasty?
Did
Why
you
was
get your?
your cheeks on the gram?
Because I told y'all I was showing out. Did I not say that?
Did
I
you
not
get
say
your
that?
back cracked? That's what we want to know.
No, I didn't.
Questions. Who was rubbing your feet?
I knew
You was
someone
getting your
asked
feet
that.
rubbed?
Here, Dwayne, I got it.
I blocked her.
You know what? I did see that because somebody hit me and was like, yo, waxing Aruba, because I just saw his feet on Instagram. And I was like, what? I was like, what? I didn't know that. So those are your feet.
No, don't.
Oh.
Don't.
Okay.
Wait, what? My feet getting rubbed? Yes, my feet was getting rubbed. More than once. And I did that shit all because y'all are trolls, so I wanted to troll.
So you wanna be nasty 'cause we
all
trolling
y'all. Yes, I did that shit all on purpose.
You know what the saddest part about this is?
Oh, you so clever.
Yeah.
That's so.
That was great. Yeah.
That was drinking.
That was a great show.
You outsmarted all of us.
Yeah, she got us, fellas.
Excuse me.
T. Diddy
Y'all,
won.
I'm saying-
1-0.
Stop.
What y'all thought y'all did? What you think you did with
Y'all
that?
fueled me, so I wanted to even like. show
Don't
off
blame
even
you. Don't
more.
blame
I
us
did
on you
want
wanting to show the cheeks.
That's it.
I did want.
You know she
and
lost
I
a
was-
week vacation for that.
Really?
Because
No,
when you
you
work at
didn't.
iHeart, if you go on vacation
Here we go.
and you show like suggestive pics, you show
Yeah.
your cheeks, you lose vacation days.
Yep.
She lost a week vacation for showing the cheeks.
Is that true?
Yes.
No.
Yo, you know that your this is no bullshit. You know your tampon string was showing in the one where your butt is at.
That's funny. It wasn't.
It was
But
showing.
my period was even
On
going.
one of the
So
right.
Why'd you have a
try.
tampon in?
No,
I didn't have a
it's
tampon
not
in. Like,
tampon.
You did.
It's the leak pads. It's not. It's a leak
What is
pad.
it?
You had something
Yo,
that was
tampon in?
Yo, the string is hanging out in
That
that
means
picture.
there was
What
somebody
are you
there.
talking
That means there was somebody there who was
Panty
trying
liner.
to
It
crush.
was a panty liner.
And she was like, nah,
you-
my period
my
on.
period.
That's a good
What are y'all
line.
talking about? What picture?
That's a good
Say what?
line.
The
What
picture
picture?
of your butt cheeks. You're a little bit
I had
spread
a-
open,
Yep.
yeah.
and there's a string is
Little
hanging
on the
out.
side.
It looks like your vagina swallowed a mouse.
I'm stunting. Period.
Hold on. Let's go check out this shit.
I blocked her, so I don't know what it says.
How many likes that pic get?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
okay.
You was keeping count up
It keeps
until
going
yesterday.
up. I don't know.
Oh, it keeps going. Joe Rogan over here. The Joe Rogan of cheeks. Okay, T. Diddy.
Hold on. I'm going to look
You
at
know what's sad about this?
What's that?
She went all the way to Aruba, showed the cheeks off, stunned it on the gram, only to come back and get somebody's number on the train.
And souped about it.
And excited.
hyped.
She told me I bagged somebody. I'm thinking she about to tell me some Aruba shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Some
backed someone in
dope
Aruba
shit.
too.
She's like, I was
three. I said three. 2 people, actually.
You fucked 2 guys in Aruba?
I didn't fuck
That's
anybody.
disgusting.
I didn't fuck anybody in Aruba.
I don't want to hear
That
this.
clear.
Yo, look at this string hanging
This is
right
disgusting.
outside her fucking. Dude, that shit. You gotta tuck
It's
that.
Wait,
come
come
on,
on. Why did you
gotta
zoom
tuck
in?
that
Let me
shit
see.
in,
Let me
bro.
see.
I wanna see my niece
I'm
like
actually
that.
gonna-
You gotta tuck that
can't
shit
believe you.
in, yo.
That's why I
Like,
blocked
First of
you.
all, there's no
on.
string. Stop.
there is a string hanging right the fuck out, bro.
Yeah.
My
You gotta
motherfuckers hitting my phone, talking about hook me up with
Yo,
Taylor.
my whole fucking DM
You know
and shit.
what I'm saying?
Nope, I blocked
Exactly.
it.
That's why I trolled it, because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
knew.
Yeah, we got somebody for you though.
I got somebody perfect.
We got one of Wax family members loves
Love you.
and we
Is
gonna
he
bring.
cute?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry. Next
Love
week.
you.
By the way, next week, hook up, baby.
Yes, we
We
got
gonna
somebody
hook
perfect for you.
Fun size
Wait,
team.
Tyra, I don't want to hook
Little
up.
young
No,
Tate.
no, no,
Oh,
no. We got you.
We got you. We got you.
Listen,
Wait,
I can't even put
This person has been asking about you so
every
much.
time I put you on the gram. And I'm like, you know what?
Yep.
I think so. This
Yep.
would be a good one.
Yep.
This would be a good
Can I
one.
get a description?
No.
I got you.
No.
Lil got dreads.
Yeah.
Got dreads.
Built like Wax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he stupid like Wax?
I don't know.
Definitely
That's
better
up for debate.
Definitely better. No,
I don't know what that
definitely
GPA is.
better. No, definitely better. Definitely better.
You'll see next week. We got you.
Nicer, way
We
nicer
got
than
you.
me. Way nicer.
She saw the cheek pic. They saw the cheek pic.
Oh no, I don't even know.
All right.
Cause she ain't
Did
sent
you
it to
make
me.
out
I
with
mean,
anybody there?
Show them the cheek pic.
Wait. You said.
I didn't
you
mean
I
to
said
cheek?
cheeks.
Show them the cheek pic.
Yeah, I'm gonna show 'em.
Show them the
What'd you
cheek pic.
say?
Did you make out with anybody there?
I don't know.
She got a cold.
Oh,
Yeah, she did. She came back with a cold.
Really?
Yo,
Swapping
stop.
spit.
Yeah, she came back with a cold.
changing.
Did you?
I didn't do anything.
Got
Was
a little
there-
cold sore developing like right here too.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yikes.
Anyways.
That's why we can't have you on the mic.
Yo, stop.
Had to give you a fucking lavalier.
Can you please?
Yo, we spoke to Dwayne about it.
when you smart.
Yeah, good job, Dwayne.
Smart
That was a good
Dwayne.
one.
Them fucking
T.
herpes
Diddy.
off our shit, man.
Anything else you want the people to know?
I had a wonderful time.
Okay.
You saw where I stayed at. It was
God
a
bless.
It
beautiful
was fly.
place.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want to go back. I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh my God.
Well, if
That's
you
how it
haven't gotten an
feels.
invite for another vacation, that means the cheek pics didn't do what you wanted it to do on the gram.
Yeah, you should have
said
got
I
one
didn't.
right out.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
Oh, people
What,
was hitting you
Dubai
up
don't
like-
count?
I had Jamaican
Dubai
weed out
don't
there.
count.
I never had Jamaican weed. That
You had
shit was
Jamaican weed out there?
amazing.
How is that?
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah? Did the guy touch your titties?
No.
Okay.
He touched my friends, though.
Yeah.
Wait, the guy you made out with touched your
No,
friend's
not the
titties?
guy I made out with.
Oh, okay.
Why is he just randomly touching titties?
Yeah.
I don't want to give her information. So, that's it.
All right, I'm disgusted by you, T.
My
Diddy.
feelings is definitely hurt.
God,
I
women
can't
these
believe
days,
you and your
bro.
thirst traps.
That's what I wanted, because
I don't
you
like.
wanted me. You wanted to rain. You wanted to rain on my parade, everything else. And that's why all y'all was salty when I put the
Got him.
image.
Thank you to everybody who
Damn,
posted under her page. You look old.
And guess what? And
Thank
all
you.
of them got quickly deleted because I put the manage old whatever thing out.
I don't like to see my niece like this at all. And
You're so good at trolling, though.
I can't believe she got us like this.
Thank you.
so you
I can't
believe
believe
it?
she got her own
No.
microphone.
Yo, you
I
so
did it
good
because
at
everyone
trolling.
hit y'all up, though, right?
Nope.
I did that shit on purpose.
Listen, I got the perfect person to hit you.
Damn.
Listen, they love you so much. I don't
You'll
think you
see.
understand.
Ooh, why wouldn't they?
Don't worry. Next week.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Next
This is
week is
great.
going down.
It's going
Anything
down.
else, guys?
I got you.
Anything else?
Yo, I'll be at we're gonna be in Orlando. I got some shows coming up. Orlando. Jacksonville and Orlando. Then we got Cleveland. Then I'm going to be at the Moon Tower Festival in Austin. And then we got a cool announcement coming April 1st. Also, Views from the Sis, YouTube, every Sunday, new clip. We got 2 more clips coming out. We just hit over 1 million views on YouTube alone.
Hey.
We got a few million if you include like social outside of that. So big things going with that, man. It took me 11 months to get 1 million views on my last project. We did it in 3 weeks with this one. So I'm super stoked about that, man. And, you know, obviously, if you haven't checked out the Joe Rogan interview, you know what I mean? I would go give that a look. I mean,
Who's
I'm
that?
just saying.
I seen that guy before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, man. So check that out. YouTube.com/The Andrew Schulz. Go check out all the content. I had a cool conversation also on Inside Jokes, this series I do on my YouTube
with Neil and Whitney.
and Whitney, and it was dope. And it's going to be a series. We'll put out maybe like 3 or 4 episodes out of it, but it's a cool one about. This one's a cool one about like trusting the laughs you get once you get your own audience.
That was I watched that. That was dope.
Right, because and it's interesting.
I didn't see the whole thing yet. I saw the clip, and I went. It's not up yet though.
No, it's up. It's up on YouTube. Just
Okay,
that
okay.
like that I think maybe like a 10-minute chunk of it. And but yeah, that's a really fun series, man. I'm gonna do some cool stuff with that. So, but April 1st, we got a cool announcement I'm excited about.
Word. As always, and listen to the Bully and the Beast podcast.
Yeah.
Yes. We got a new podcast out there. Come holler at us and check it out. I want to do something with some magic, man. I finally realized I can actually do magic, man.
Really?
I think I'm a musician.
Can you make Taylor's herpes disappear?
Yo.
Jesus
Don't do
Christ.
that shit, 'cause I don't got herpes. Do not try me, because I would definitely. Because he's gonna try me, and I'm not. No,
Look.
don't try me.
Listen, he got the right approach. Head
Yo,
down. Act
you
like you
about
don't
to
see
get the
him.
same effect I get with wax.
That's
Don't
what I'm
do
saying.
that
That's
shit.
what I told you. Good job. Head down. Don't look. Just take the blues.
What'd you say about making dicks disappear? What?
I ain't say meats disappear. I found I could do like magic and stuff like that. And I'm getting really good at it.
Now, how many? I'm not gonna.
All right, bye. Peace.
As always.
WAXKYNG.
Why are you spelling KY? What you spelling KY for? What's wrong with you?
Peace.
As always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. If you listen to this podcast, you think we're just a couple idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.